Welcome back to Ass, everyone. Last time, you guys deftly avoided a combat encounter with a check that was above 20. So I was a little bit disappointed in that, but And so now you have gotten in contact with your UGC handler who has told you that you need to go back to the local hub for the latest planetary rush, Tavros Station, and hook up with the science ship Vector to offload all of your totally not ill-gotten gains. Now then, you have gone through the warp gate and have emerged on the other side. There is no current official art for Tavros Station, so I found from the art that I did see, it does orbit a planet, and so I found the coolest one I could.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Welcome.
I approve.
Welcome to the hub. Most of this game will, because Tavros is the gateway to this planetary rush, coming back here will probably be rather common. However, for anyone here or in the chat who is super eager for you guys to meet waifus that can potentially be recruited by Steel, the assumption is Steel already has them, so you're not going to meet them. However, Laris, the lingerie shop, Sarah, all those people will exist because they're shopkeepers. No, sad to say, you will not be able to pick up Azra on this. She is already aboard the Half-ausar Steel's ship and is gallivanting around the galaxy. Yes, but the thing is, we're just going to assume in this one that Sarah didn't get in that much debt. I mean, she really is.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true.
So, shopkeepers for their purpose are going to be here. There are going to be more if you want to go to other areas that are less than sexy, and so weren't included in the main game, like, food people who sell food processors and stuff like that. Bed Bath and Beyond, but in space, the real Beyond.
I was gonna say Bed Bath and Beyond.
You know what?
They
That's
just
how you
add
pronounce
the
that.
extra O's to the name.
Yeah.
I like the sound of Bed Bath and Beyond. We nearly need to deck out the rooms on the ship, really, Make them feel like home.
Well,
It
we'll
would have
just
been
see how much
better
we
if
get
it
paid.
was beyond, like with an A instead, like they're falling.
And so, for the purposes of this art, the solid sections are mostly habitation and engineering and keeping the planet from losing its orbit. The rings are several orders larger than your ship at its width, and basically each one of these small sections is the size of two modern cruise ships shoved together. Just to give you an idea of how big this station is.
Lots of places to dock.
Indeed.
Hooray.
In game, it says that even dreadnoughts could dock at Tavros,
Does
so
it actually
I
say that in the game?
Yeah, Tavros is fucking huge.
Oh, okay.
Tavros is
Alright.
giant. It is, it's basically Tokyo in space. Tokyo or New York City, one of the two. It's huge. Given that it is the gateway to the planetary rush, which is like, the big thing in this universe. So, you guys are now in geosynchronous orbit with the planet, and you're keeping up in lockstep with Tavros Station. What do?
Get in, get paid, get a new job.
Get in, buy new things as well,
I guess that'll depend on how much we get paid.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yep, so let's dock on the station.
I take it that shit's all automatic, so I ain't worried.
All right. So you were told to meet the SS Victor in orbit around the planet. Do you do so, or do you go to the station first, for some reason?
Oh, right. Okay, so we have to get. Okay, so our payment is not here. It's over there.
I
Over here is
It
the
is.
payment.
It is locked in orbit, or aside from Tavros Station, as you are, as Tavros orbits the planet below.
All right, let's find this ship then.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't make exactly that much sense like to do the docking in space when you can do it on a space station nearby, but hey, whatever. It's the UGC. They're not known for their exactly great bureaucratic practices.
It's almost as if you guys have just done a crime and UGC doesn't want to do it in full view of everyone. Crazy how that works.
What? We can't do a crime if the government told us to do it? That's not how that works.
What? I'm pretty sure I was about to say, I'm pretty sure Iron Counter would agree with you. It's not a crime if the president does it.
Yeah, well, whatever. Let's go meet up with the ship.
All right. So, I assume you lock orbit, and you ping the scientific vessel Victor and begin docking procedure. Now then, you have time from here. There is, what you have told me, a piece of import that you would like to keep for yourself to sell to a different buyer. How are you going to conceal this from the UGC?
By putting it in one of the fucking chambers that will not gonna be
Yeah,
visible.
we're gonna lock that thing in
Some bedroom.
Yeah.
we're just gonna put the thing inside in one of the rooms one of the wings that's not used,
We're
You
not
guys
gonna
have-
fucking
and
invite
locking
them
all the
over.
doors.
You guys have a great ship here, but if you're planning on doing more of this in the future, I really recommend you get a dedicated smuggling hold.
Oh, totally agreed.
Yeah.
Something shielded
And-
as well, so that, if we have to smuggle stuff that's super duper radioactive,
To Siduri's point, how are you going to secure this from the scanner?
Can we do any gooning around with our personal shields? Just pop off our shield belts and throw it around that, turn it on.
I'm fairly certain that shield belts do not prevent you from scanning something, given that when you meet someone with a shield belt in the game, it will still ping you as to their race. It's not a Faraday cage.
Perhaps we could put it in or immediately near the reactor. The
Yeah, that
radiation
could
might shield it.
Yeah, that could obscure it.
Yeah, all right,
Mister-
I'm down with that.
We have
That
a
sounds like a
spent
plausible
fuel rod.
You have a what now?
We have a spent fuel thingy that we will use
Yeah,
that
we have a
right
fuel rod.
for.
Well, let's just unplug that a little bit and let it slightly irradiate engineering, and put our frozen friend next to it, and that way it'll look like we just had a tiny reactor breach or something. That's fine.
To be fair, when a fuel rod is depleted, it acts as depleted uranium. It would take a long time for depleted uranium to actually give you radiation poisoning. It's mostly inert.
We just need
Mostly
it
a
to,
nut. I like them odds.
We just need it to be out for a little bit to cover something up.
Yeah, it's a good thing we just have a robot that works down there anyway. It'll be fine.
All right. So, I assume that means that you guys are just gonna cart your new alien friend near the reactor core and just let it cuddle up with a depleted fuel rod. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good to me.
I'll remain down
Okay,
there
guys.
to keep an eye on it, just in case.
We can also put some like tubings, like copper tubings, Or any other tubings we got and just wrap it around it.
I'll take care of everything, don't worry. You should all
I
prepare
was
for your
smuggling
meeting with the
a series
Confederate
of
government.
tubes.
What an honor.
Historically, I'd just bribe the people that are coming in to check to not check certain rooms, but we
We're
kind of
broke.
got to get paid
we're
to
kinda
bribe them
broke.
first, so that
no,
plan's a little
they're
out.
not. They're not. Why are they coming onto this ship? We bring this shit to them.
I
We
think
just
it's
might get scammed.
customs.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want you bringing hexagas or whatever onto Tavros.
Yeah, no.
They don't
I've heard
want us
that's
bringing
a-
Papegas. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that's a real problem, really.
Yeah, as you guys are now, you are the Firefly crew. You're not rogue traders, so you can't just say, here's, a planet's worth of money. Please just ignore this heretical item I have sitting in my laboratory.
There's no such thing as heresy in space. Everyone knows that.
Mm-hmm.
Every forbidden fruit exists to be fucked, not fucked with.
Well, hopefully Siegwulfe doesn't bathe so much in radiation that her equipment absorbs it and then brings it back to you.
It's not gonna look. We're not
It's
gonna.
not
This
gonna be
isn't gonna
that
take
long.
forever.
Jesus.
She just needs a good scrub afterwards. I'll help.
This isn't gonna
Yes.
take long.
We'll give her so many good patting downs with lots of scrubbing.
Talk about some money. We'll offload some cargo. Then we'll leave
All right.
after getting paid.
So you have docked with the ship, and it begins to scan you. Do you try any sort of technical fuckery to fuck up their scan?
Hmm.
I mean,
Can we? Wait,
It's
would
not-
it be possible to actually do a search around the reactor?
Just an
The
isolated
reactor
one?
pod? Yeah. Because if you can do a search around it but not into it, it can act as a like EM distortion.
Could maybe? Please don't fuck the engine up, though. This thing is...
No. You just it's around it, not
Okay.
into it.
I mean, I won't guarantee that it wouldn't happen. It's a slight possibility. I mean, do you want me to try it?
Well, I can help with. Well, can help you some with that. I got some engineering here.
I don't. Sorry, is this a starship engineering or starship like electronics type thing to roll?
It sounds like you're being prompted to try and interfere with their scans using our electronic warfare.
Would you like to oppose their scans with an electronic warfare suite?
I feel it's a bad idea to actually like interrupt their scans, like, you know.
Maybe.
Is it an automatic scan, or is there a person at a console doing it?
I
Well-
mean, it's tits of both. It's when what's his name? Data will scan a ship and then we'll say we're getting some puzzling interference, or otherwise. If you do well enough, their data won't suspect that you guys are trying counter warfare on them. However, you would know that their scientific vessels are basically built for this, and maybe your ship isn't.
Yeah, no, it sounds like a bad idea to try and do that then.
Well, okay.
By which I mean you'll have disadvantage.
Also, that was a cute thing when I said, is it automatic or is it manned? And you said, well, data, so both.
That is true. You got me there. But if you watch to measure a no, I'm kidding.
Up to you, Captain. I mean, if me and Siduri both work on it, probably have a better shot at it. But this is the UGC. Don't exactly want to fuck around with them too much.
Yeah, but these are the people who are supposed to. Yeah, but he's supposed to pay us, not poke around our ship.
She'll just shrug. Decision lies with you.
Give him the raspberry.
All
Did you
right.
just spaceballs us?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it then.
All right.
Let's
You ready,
get the
Siduri?
3 amigos
Lone
here.
Star. I need to watch that again.
It's a good movie. I can't wait for the sequel, Spaceballs: The Search for Money.
No, it's the search for more money.
Yeah, I think that's the movie that would ultimately come out of Spaceballs 3, the search for more money.
Spaceballs 3,
But-
the search for Spaceballs 2.
Yeah.
That was it.
That was it, but what I said was a direct reference to the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Siduri and Porco?
And what is it you are trying to do?
Interfere with their stands.
Yeah. So we're gonna
There you
try
go.
and not
So-
try and make it too obvious.
If they pick up on this, I'm going to pretend I don't know you guys and I'm just a passenger, alright? No hard feelings.
I wish that worked for me.
I mean, if this goes wrong, we're just gonna have to claim that our ship does an automatic system type thing.
You know what?
We
That's
just
a good
mind our
point. If we get
privacy, that's all.
caught, just lie.
Exactly. So
It is the solution to all problems.
it really is most of the time.
Yeah,
All right,
okay,
then. Here we go. She'll get to typing, take attacking, and that disadvantage goes away because I have help. So regular intelligence, expertise. Yeah, it's not great.
Cool, my turn.
Do you want to do the Do you get the you don't have the reroll power, do you?
No, I'm just I'm the advanced aliens, not the anything else aliens.
Okay, don't worry. I can lie.
That's a
Before I
powerful
roll
power.
this, I would like to point out that I did point out that this was an advanced scientist.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it just give me disadvantage rather than anything else.
And they
They
have
almost
advantage. And
lost.
even rolling 3 and 4, I would have to roll 2 1s to fail.
I mean,
Yeah.
they rolled ass.
Yeah, if you had
You only have a
roll,
+3 more than me. Yeah.
Yeah, if you rolled double digit, it would have worked.
It was possible we'd roll a 20. Yeah, it is.
Or
It doesn't even have to be
above
that
that.
high. Like your modifier is only a little bit higher than mine.
It's a +10.
Yeah, and I have a +7.
Yeah, it's a +10 with advantage. But before we get into this, so you attempt electronic warfare against the vessel, and you categorically.
Meh.
What
We,
did I do?
we barely
can't-
fail.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
not
the
even
difference
a
of 3.
5.
It's like barely failing.
Unfortunately, this is
Failing-
D&D. The degree of failure doesn't matter.
This is not Warhammer 40k. Failure is still a failure.
Whatever, I'll hail him.
Whatever. Just,
Well,
No,
just make
you're
it sound
being
like I
hailed
did it.
first.
Just make it sound like we did a crit fail.
I'll be in my chambers. Sure, I'm glad I didn't tell you guys my real name.
Yep.
Goodbye, strange anonymous person.
Mm.
Goodbye, kidnapped person. There you go. We got your back.
Did we have a Vulkrim on our crew? I don't remember.
No. It never happened.
Anywho. So, you are being hailed.
Do
Okay.
you want me to answer to do some lying?
Yeah, just fucking answer him.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Yelling.
So, the screen will pop up, and there is a very portly, mustachioed man in a smart red uniform, looking down on you from his. You would suspect that he has changed the angle simply because from how you're able to, try to figure out how tall this man is. He's probably not any taller than like 5'5".
He's a shorty. Alright.
But he's changed his camera angle to make him look bigger.
Hey, buddy.
I
Where do we need to
Captain-
land?
I am Captain Doshka of the SS Victor. You have interfered with our scans. I would like to know why.
Like our privacy.
Um, did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You freelancers are all the same.
Yeah.
Stand by and prepare to be boarded.
No,
Now
just run
hang
another
on.
scan. It's fine.
Now you just hang on a moment. We had a deal, remember?
The deal is still on. But now, rather than waiting for you, we are coming aboard. Please make ready to receive a team led by one Dr. Roche. Good day. And he cuts the feed.
You couldn't have just let me flag us?
Yeah, tell us that, hey, you, go talk, start talking, and
Fine,
go like, no,
that's
fuck you,
fine.
I'll do the talking anyway. Oh,
I mean, this guy kind of seemed like a jackass, really.
Didn't really give me a chance to even say much, honestly. Hey, can
That's
you
because
lock
the
the
first
Yeah,
thing you said was confrontational. I was just going to be like, oh, sorry, that was an
Can you-
automatic thing. Feel free to scan again.
Can you lock all of the doors around the cargo?
Well, no, hold on. We don't need to lock the cargo. Look, they don't need to
No,
be
I
going
want.
towards the
I don't want them tromping all over the ship.
Yeah, I mean, they won't
Which
need
is why-
to. We just have to let Fenris here tell them all about how it's only in the cargo bay that we have stuff. Cargo bay is separate.
they have.
The cargo bay is the stuff that they're after anyway. We just don't want them to see the stupid
Yeah.
alien.
Yeah, cargo
Yeah,
bay and
we
the
put-
reactor room are completely different areas. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we put everything that we're supposed to put there.
One more time, in case you're confused, Kinathis, you aren't the size of the Millennium Falcon, you're the size of an entire warship.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of
So,
empty
in
space.
other words, it's lock everything around so that they stay in the fucking cargo where
Yeah.
we put all the fucking cargo.
Just leave
Yes.
just leave a single hallway from the airlock to the cargo bay and back, and everything else on the ship is locked now.
Yeah,
I'll hit the clicky switches. Clicky, clicky, clicky.
All right, let's go. Let's get ready for me.
Everything goes ka-chonk, chonk, fish, poof, click, clack.
Yep.
I hope the team that they're sending over isn't as much of a douchebag as that captain was.
He wasn't a douchebag.
Well,
He's just
get,
you know.
get your weapons ready then.
got immediately rumbled.
I mean, from the way he sounded, he kind of sounded like one, really.
Sounds like an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Some people just have that kind of tone.
All right.
Give me 20 seconds. I just heard glass break on my back port.
That's not good.
Oop.
Careful,
Hang
grab
on.
a gun, take it with you.
Get a shotgun.
Stand your ground. Wait, does California have stand your ground?
Probably not.
You're right, it is
Yeah, what the
California.
fuck? What the fuck cares?
Mm-hmm. Get out your muskets. Defend us as the forefathers intended.
Prepare the pirogue in the hallway.
Just fire at
Honestly,
them,
I
just
wouldn't be
blow
so.
away.
I mean, it's California. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hole in your chest.
I wouldn't be surprised if you were supposed to serve the criminals some like tea and cookies while instead of defending yourself.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't be
absolutely. It's
surprised.
California.
California does, in fact, have affirmative defense.
Oh, really?
I'm
Yeah.
genuinely shocked.
I am
Yeah.
actually surprised.
Yeah, it's kind of unexpected.
Thought you were like supposed to suck the dick of the intruder that broke into your house, stole your shit, and killed
Yeah,
your
you're
family.
supposed to scare them off with a subpar blowy.
Mm-hmm.
Without the
Your,
toy.
the thing
your
is-
first reaction is supposed to be to offer them your wife? Come on.
Well, I technically have a balcony, and I'm on like the second floor, and all the angles are sheer, so I wasn't worried about that. But, well, we used to have a glass table out there.
Darn it. Did it fall over in the wind?
No, it got got drunk roommated.
Oh,
Ah.
At least it
Nice.
wasn't mine. I fucking told him I hated glass equipment.
Well, I mean, that's.
I mean, is your roomie
Lucky-
okay? Did like
Yeah,
did he
it's
smash
fine,
it
but-
or whatever?
I don't know. No one's cut. They're just sweeping it up now. It was hella loud though.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it was a whole
Okay.
table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have a double balcony, so we have a lot of space. So we had a lot of space to put it. Oh well.
Apparently not enough though for this guy.
No. You have
Okay,
more
so-
space now without the table.
Nothing happened. Moving on.
All right. So, docking procedures will go as planned, unless you guys decide that you want to interfere.
yeah, quick, as
And-
soon as they move to dock, just broadside them.
Win the war. The war against who? We didn't figure that part out yet, but we're winning it, whatever it is.
Late stage capitalism.
And so, the doors will open, and a group of what that Siduri would at least recognize as contingents of UGC Marine military will board. However, they do not have their guns drawn or anything like that. And as they part, they reveal a rather lovely feminine figure. I will enlarge the token for you guys.
That's a pig.
Those are bent over wolf ears.
Oh, it looks like
I
pig.
also thought that was a sort of like the Peppa Pig kind of.
Yeah,
What is that character?
That did kind of look like a piggy.
No, Peppa Pig's fucking 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
You know, 12 feet, something like that, monstrous, and has 8 eyes.
What?
I thought they only had like 4 eyes. Whatever.
I was talking about the pig NPC in Trials in Tainted Space, also named Pippa.
Oh.
There,
Oh.
I'll put it in ass so you can see the full art. So, a half-ausar bounds onto your ship and scans your crew before walking up to your captain. Hiya, I assume you're the captain, yes?
Yeah.
I am Dr. Leah Roshan of the Victor. A pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet a more friendly face. You're here for the goods? Stray? Ah.
Well, I have to.
The internet doing
redo
this,
that.
players?
Oh, is it gonna be like Savin Day from last week, where we all just drop in one sequence after the
Oh,
next?
Discord.
No.
Oh yeah, the back-to-back crashes.
That was amazing.
No, it wasn't
Okay.
it wasn't my internet. Discord itself froze.
Weird.
Anyways. Captain Dorsha? No, he's a sweetheart, really. He's just super military. Like the only one on a ship of a bunch of science nerds.
Yeah, well, you know, he could be a bit more polite. It's just
I mean, you did try to go against his scam. And he got really grumpy about stuff like that and starts yelling about protocol. And then he has to be calmed down.
whatever. He's a spook. He likes his privacy, and we like our privacy.
He's not a spook. He's a captain.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, you want the stuff? It's this
All
way.
right. The crystals and anything else you found. Yes, lead the way.
Just turn it to the right where everything we have stacked ready.
Well, you guys said that you weren't stacking it. In fact, you guys explicitly said you're gonna lock everything on the way to the storage bays. The airlock is not the storage bays.
Yeah,
Oh.
we'll just take them down to
We
the
don't.
storage
We
bays
didn't
then.
exactly have a lot. There wouldn't really, honestly, be a lot of time to move all of the crates.
This is fine.
This is fine.
Well, we put everything we found in the storage area anyway.
Yes.
So we'll take her down a path to the cart where everything is all stacked and laid out. A nice pile.
All right, just let me boopity boopy this, and beep beep beep. She will pull out a rather expensive-looking data pad with a bunch of bells and whistles. Anyone who's seen this before realizes this is a form of high-powered codex. All right. Nice. So the captain was wrong again. You guys don't have any smugglers then. Neato Tweedo.
Huh? Yeah, no smugglers then.
All right. Well, let's look at what you got me. And what do you guys give to these people?
We were not giving the crystal dress. So that's not. It was the explosive compound and the alien salvage ×9.
Yeah, and the data for stuff as well.
And the crystal samples and
Heavy
Like-
The
water
soil, the
samples,
water.
the fungi
Yeah.
samples.
the planetary
Yeah.
samples. And, were we going to give anything else?
I don't
This is
think
the last
so.
chance. Okay.
The guns and the rechargers, no. Those are ours.
All right.
Those
Yeah.
are locked away.
So
You
the
guys
planetary
just-
samples, the explosives, the alien samples.
So what you're saying is you guys don't greet the doctor with your new fancy alien gums on your hips.
Oh, hell
No.
no.
No, hell no.
That would be a dead giveaway.
Oh, yeah, I took a crack at tokens. Something cute and simple.
Yeah, I noticed
That's
that
very
too,
nice.
so it would have been
Ooh.
16.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, we got the flora and fauna samples, we got the crystals that he asked for, the explosive compound that we found, and some of the other shit except the dress and big alien.
Yeah.
From the station.
Well, this all looks to be in order, cuties. Let me just beep beep pop boop beep pop beep and sign here, Captain.
I'll sign.
All right.
Read what you're
And-
signing.
Well, yeah. What is it I'm assigning?
And congratulations, you're a slave of the UCG now.
Good question. Good point. What actually am I signing?
What you are signing is in a confirmation of your non-disclosure agreement about anything you found and may have seen on the planet. You
Don't
are
talk about what we found.
you are signing that you hereby and for perpetuity sign over all rights to any of the technology, the materials, and the data that you are handing over to the UGC. And finally, you are signing your pay stub.
Okay. Don't talk about anything that we saw and or found. All the stuff we were giving over is no longer ours, and signing for the payment, which is
Your
What
codex
is-
will
what-
be, and you now have 12.5 thousand credits.
oh,
Okay.
all right. That's not
It is
bad.
split.
Yeah, we'll split.
Don't spend it all in one place, Captain. Remember, fuel rods are expensive.
Yeah, no kidding.
Grumble fuel. How much are fuel rods?
5,000 credits each.
5,000 each.
You are down to 3 out of your 4.
Hmm.
Shit.
I think we should probably buy a fuel rod and then split.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or we buy 2.
Are you fucking insane? That take
Fuel
away the
rods
entire credit.
not cost 5,000. A fuel rod costs 1,000.
Do they cost 1,000?
Yes.
I could have sworn
Oh, thank God.
whatever.
That's a lot more manageable.
You
Okay.
cannot buy more than 4 because if you were to try
We
to
don't
just
have
leave
any-
fuel rods around, you would melt through your system. You only have 4 slots for. You have not
Yeah.
upgraded your fusion core holding yet.
No, we do not have spare fuel housing. So we'll spend 1,000 on a fuel rod, and then we will split the rest.
Okay. That's the correct number there, then.
Okay. Alright, then I will sign.
Thanks a bunch, Captain. We need to get this back aboard and continue our research.
Good luck with that.
Bye now.
See ya.
Take care.
All right. So, you are all a sight rich. However, this money will not last forever, and
No.
No.
one should think about putting money aside for ship upgrade.
Yes, I was going to actually consider. I was considering that. Should we put before distributing it? Should we put a portion of it, like an amount aside for a ship, Alex,
Give the ship a share.
Yeah.
so that we
Let's
can
just give the ship a
work
split.
towards
sure.
upgrades. That's actually not a bad idea.
All right, then.
Yeah,
Give the
so
ship
let's split it
itself
7
a
ways. And then split.
I'll
Yeah.
just do this one more time.
Well,
All right. That's for everyone gets that, and the ship gets that as well. Everyone gets
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
That's
In
what
your
I-
cargo hold, one should just create a thing which is ship's bank or ship's treasure, whatever.
Yeah.
How
I'll
much you
put
have
that in
saved up,
there.
I'll do that if you'd like.
That's fine. I got it.
and you can
put
remove
that right
your
at the top.
alien savage, your barrels of explosive compound, and your
Yeah.
planetary.
okay, so we have to take out the spent fuel rods for recycling.
Yeah.
We can do it at Tavros. See if we can get something for that.
Yeah. Now we'll head to the space station.
Very well.
Okay, we're far away, long away, and good. Now we can start talking normally again. Unless the good bugs.
I very much doubt we've been bugged, but hey, Ned, drop the nads on it.
I mean, I feel like we should. Yeah, I feel like that'd be a perception rather than a nerd check.
Oh, okay.
Well, you see if they left any bugs. Not a terrible idea.
Yeah, maybe they did, but.
Maybe they did.
Can't be too paranoid.
Nah, it's fine.
Wow, that's
Hey, it happens.
we're off to fucking good start today.
Eh.
It's okay. I rolled a 3 and a 4.
Hooray.
We're all doing wonderfully.
Yay!
So, you are now docked on the eponymous Tavros Station. What do? You guys have some money to burn, and you can start trolling for contract.
Yeah.
First, I think
Yeah.
we need to contact Xenogen and offload.
No, not here. Not this close.
I would prefer not to have this large alien creature in our cargo bay. for any longer than necessary. It is
We need to
unstable.
find. They surely have an office here. Someone we can get in contact.
So, how would you like to try to get in contact with Xenogen? Would you like
Oh, look
to
at the-
walk up to their secretary and ask them if they like strange alien things you found? Would you like to tweet them?
Do they
At Cedar Gen.
tweet at
Amazing.
No. We could just ask
Rushers
for
here?
a
We found some
tour.
weird alien shit. You want?
No. Or we could just, like this in the first part, where talk to the secretary, ask for a more private, encrypted, non-listened to discussion about some materials that might be of interest.
By thermal belt, do you mean like a heat belt, like you can buy on Uvia?
Yeah, I mean, like, oh wait,
That
why did I say thermal?
that will replace your shield. You will have no shields, but you will be protected against the.
Yeah, I should have said more like the salamander belt. That's what the actual one in the book is called.
Yeah, I also want to go pick up one of them.
Like, is it even available here?
Tavros, probably.
You want the salamander class shield generator. That does not provide heat. It does
It does
not.
provide thermal. It does have thermal shield trait.
I'm looking at the salamander class shield generator right now.
I'm looking
and
at the
it
salamander
has-
belt.
It has against 30% burning, 20% kinetic.
No, straight.
No, in
look
the book,
rulebook.
Stray.
That thing. I gotta open that fucking.
Yeah, it has the
Are you
thermal
just on the
shield
wiki?
trait.
You're just on the fucking wiki.
So long as the belt has been shorted out, you take no penalties due to extreme heat or cold, and you cannot be set on fire or snap frozen.
I haven't read the entire thing back to cover, so I don't really care about shield belts.
I mean,
Well,
I do since they're shields.
they are the primary means of progression for endurance.
32. You will not
Okay,
find a
if I'm in-
salamander shield. You will not find a salamander shield belt for sale on this station.
How about a
Okay.
military belt?
Military belts?
Yeah, is there a military surplus?
Find some giant fucking hellhound chick.
Good job, Scout.
Welcome to Bob's Boom Boom Room. Military surplus gears.
There you go.
The only downside is it cuts out a bunch of the ear.
Yep.
Oh,
Instead
well.
of having tall air.
Oh.
You have a jet bike?
You have a jetpack?
Yeah, of course. I had to pawn it to make some money when things got a little tight and didn't have a chance to get it back before we headed out here. So I figure you guys got plenty of room in your cargo bay. Could park that there.
Yeah,
That's,
no.
sure.
That's cool.
Assuming it hasn't been sold already. Problems
Oh,
with
good.
dealing with pawnbrokers.
Yeah, hopefully it hasn't been sold.
Yeah, good luck.
You will not be able to purchase military grade shield belts. However, you can purchase advanced shield belts for 175 credits each, which provide 15 shielding.
Hey, that's something. 175?
175. They do 15 shielding.
You will not be able to pick up military grade weapons or armor on Tavros except through black market.
So how's that black market looking assets?
I don't know. How are you going to contact the black market?
It's a very good point.
Allow me. maybe.
Yeah, let me just look at the skeevy-looking porker here. So I'm like,
I'm not that
you look
skeevy. I was
shady.
in legitimate business for most of my life. Like, well, okay, for like a good chunk of it.
Uh-huh. Go on, sniff it out.
Shit. Okay. I just realized there's no like streetwise skill. Sure. Can I make a persuasion test for asking around?
Sure.
Can I assist because I am keeping Fenris company?
That sounds good enough for me.
Boom.
Nice.
I'm really tempted to
Nice.
immediately fucking silver tongue them as well.
Let's
So,
let's
you
put
don't-
it black market out on a tray here. Nice.
So you don't immediately walk up to a narc, which is nice. All right, you're able to find a back channel. Now then, there are some unusual items here. What in particular are you looking for?
Military grade shields and maybe weapons.
Sure thing. Roll me 1d3.
Dope. Ooh.
2. All right, now let me. So, 2 weapon. All right. Now, let me scroll here. Okay, so 2 ranged weapon. Roll me. What is this? How many are there? 1d25.
I mean, range
Oh,
weapon's
shit,
pretty good.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
17.
Mhm.
Please be something ridiculous.
Yeah. Get you a Sunfire rifle.
There is a chain laser on for sale.
Hey,
I'm gonna just quickly,
Gatling
I'm gonna quickly
laser.
pop a call to my favorite gun pony. How much does the chain laser go
Excuse
for?
me.
It goes for 2,700 credits.
damn it.
I mean, you guys could, pitch in
Yeah,
together.
I'll pitch a grand in if you want to owe me.
The drawback to the chain laser is you will need to hook it up to a power pack and manage the heat generation, just like any chain weapon. However, it is capable of dealing a devastating amount of damage in a short time, but it cannot generate criticals.
Okay. What kind of dice
Now,
are we looking at then?
Now, let me look up weapons in this game. Weapons. All right. So, this weapon type does not exist, so I'm going to make it up because so far there's handgun, rifle, light melee, and heavy melee. We're going to call this a heavy ranged weapon.
Sure.
Now then, what it will do to reflect its damage type in that it will hit multiple types when you actually hit someone with it. Let me see. We will call it a damage type, and it will go at its current rate of fire, and this is the basic version of it. This will be 2d4 plus 2. Now let me scroll
That's it.
down. You are buying the most basic stripped down version. If you want to start upgrading it, you can start adding d4s and damage. However, it also has trait. So, this is an energy weapon to begin with, obviously. And this weapon counts as
I'd assume impact and scatter.
Uh, yes, impact and scatter. So, impact scatter, energy. And if you were to upgrade it from the basic bitch version you have right now, you could likely start adding D4s, or even if you were to swap things out, change them to multiple D6s.
That sounds very expensive.
It does, but we're in session 3 and you want like a Gatling laser.
Yeah.
But if you were to put some love into this weapon over a series of time, it would do multiple d6s plus a certain stat amount of numbers, and it would be impact as well.
Oh, that does sound tasty as hell.
Hmm.
Do they have military belts, shields as well?
No.
No.
No. No.
They do have, however, illegal transformatives.
Hooray.
Oh, I got 16 for 2. Does it come with a power pack?
It will indeed come with a power pack, however, this is a basic level, and it will not be able to sustain firing for very long before you'll need to wait for the microfusion breeders to charge back.
Up to
Faster if you
would
were to
like
plug it
I
in.
will. I'll chip in for you.
Then I would have, if you give me 1,000, I will have 2,600, which is still under.
Yeah. Okay. I will hand over $1,000.
Let's do
Or
7.
more appropriately, I imagine you send me $1,000 and I'll buy it off of them and then bring it to you. Sieg, can you carry this, please? It's very heavy.
Of course. Ziggy just picks it up and puts it on her back. A
Thank
little
you.
creak from her limbs. Oh, that is
Speaking
rather
of
heavy.
which, Sig, if you were to wield the weapon, you could just link it up to your power core, which is much better.
Unfortunately, I have a dexterity of 0.
We're going to give it to the gun pony is going to become an actual. We're going to turn her into a platform and achieve her dreams this campaign.
That's fine. And
A
honestly,
chain weapon's just the beginning.
yeah, and honestly, this is probably if she were to put a lot of TLC into it, could probably become one of the most damaging weapons in the game, other than plasma casters and magneto alloy weapons.
Yeah. Okay. I cut off $1,000 myself. Ouch. And enjoy your fancy gun.
Well, I will. The price for it was 2,700.
Just $2,000.
Oh, just
2,700.
$2,000.
Oh, 2,700.
Yeah.
Okay. Do
So,
you need more? Do you need more than $1,000?
yes, I would need to not go completely bankrupt. I would need at least 100. That would put me at 42 credits left.
While this weapon cannot crit, upon a natural 20, it will leave the target stunned until the beginning of your next round.
Sick.
Oh.
Fuck, that's amazing.
Does anyone else
That
have
requires-
a handy to
course.
give her? Because I will
Of
be
course.
running out soon.
Here,
Of course,
I do not need
they
much in the way of funds.
Thank you.
they can save for a DC set by your skill with the weapon, such as if it's 1d20 plus 4 for attack, it would be 14. This does
Okay.
not include any bonuses you add to it. That's just your raw ability to overwhelm them by hitting them multiple times in a single round with that many rounds. It leaves them staggered.
Just my proficiency plus, so it's 15 base.
If that is what it is.
So is it start of your next turn or end of your next turn?
It's they're stunned until the end of their next turn, where they can make a save.
Okay.
You're not doing more damage, but hitting that person that many times with that much rapid fire is like when you're watching kung fu movies with, Jackie Chan hitting someone, 30 times within 20 seconds.
Hitman,
Yes, exactly.
Wing Chun Chest Crusher there. Okay, I will write that in.
Alright, what the fuck do I even want?
Yes. For now, sadly, it seems like you have a couple of spinning pistols in a chamber. Eventually, you could just add more pistols and maybe even upgrade them to rifle side.
Sick. Alright, I'm gonna go with the old advanced. Will they buy my old belt off me?
You want to hawk your basic shield belt against the black market dude?
Yeah, I guess so.
Sure. What roll would you like to make for it? Them
Definitely
to take it
persuasion.
at a decent price.
Definitely persuasion.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
Advantage because you got
Yeah.
the dog there.
I got Borka helping me. I'm hawking my old shield belt.
Oh, okay.
16 versus their 23.
Son
No,
of a cunt. Alright.
you are going. They will give it to you for 5 credits.
I mean, this thing is worth 20. Son of a bitch. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna keep it as a backup instead. You never know, and you might need another shield belt hanging around.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Stray, do you have any problem with me buying the drone like I have it set up there?
Advanced shield belt, drone, first upgrade, and second upgrade. What is let me look at the upgrades. I believe we just did
Yeah,
that. Second
so-
upgrade is AC 13, and the first is anti-grav treads, correct?
No. The first upgrade, I decided to go against that track. It's going to be +1, then +2, then +3 attack.
Very well.
He's going to have an inbuilt rifle.
It's gonna be such a good boy.
Sam Blade Wolf is going to be great.
I think I'm gonna buy myself some real nice clothes.
I do have to make a skill check to add in that third upgrade trait.
Are we able to acquire grenade?
Grenades are rather ubiquitous in this game, and they come as part of leveling up in Trials and Tainted Space. So,
Flash grenades, and I'm assuming just like flash grenades and hand grenades are probably okay.
yeah, you won't be able to pick up
Det packs.
like gravitic detonators and det packs and stuff like that.
You mean I
But
can't just buy
I will say,
C4?
yeah, but I will
Could
say
we-
that
Could we maybe, if we get a bunch of hand grenades, could we cobble together a det pack with our electronic, our nerds?
who knows? Certainly sounds like a test. But for sale here, you can get hand grenade, flash grenade, or EMP grenades, or if you want, for double the price of hand grenades, scatter grenades, which have the scatter property.
Wait, what?
What?
You throw a bunch of grenades in front of you, and they explode in an area of effect.
That's
but
not
they're
how
more
scatter
expensive.
works.
That's like a line attack.
Yeah, scatter is
Right.
lightning bolt.
Oh, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. In a cone in front of you, you can buy cluster grenades. They're like, what, level 2 for a mercenary?
I know
However,
that's what
they
a
are quite
hand grenade
expensive.
is.
Anyways,
Well, if it's a cone in front of you, it'd be like a claymore, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Claymores
A,
would
re-
have scatter.
a real mercenary holds a claymore in their bare ass fucking hand and just triggers it while holding it up against someone.
Yeah, no,
It just
fucking
holds it
Turn
up.
them into
a
ribbons.
real mercenary, your fucking plate carrier is a claymore. Just come at
You
me,
just hold up
cunts.
a claymore by the tines.
Ah, God.
Really
Oh.
discourages melee combat, let me tell you.
So I gaffer tape them to my chest and body slam people. Kia!
Whoa, that's bold.
They get the people's elbow with a claymore. Take my arm clean off, but you know they'll remember me.
I mean, yeah.
Fucking pile bunkers equipped with claymores is how I describe my fucking fists.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Okay. Let's see here. So I got an advanced shield belt. I already had a vac suit. I bought some fine clothing. Let's see here.
Oh, you're right. I should buy some clothing. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I only had common clothing. I got out, dressed nice.
Yeah, yeah. Do we have? I already have like a few sets of common.
I have like one. I live that lifestyle. it just goes in the wash.
Okay, I'm gonna test
Naked
this.
Oh, we could buy jetpacks. We don't have speed 9.
I can't afford a jetpack.
Yeah, no, I'm not buying a jetpack either.
I considered it,
bro-
but then
bro should
how
have
would
done that.
Siggy wear a jetpack? Just strap it to her ass?
It would be like
very
you know those
like-
swim floaties that you you hold on to.
No,
Very
I-
clearly, it's like in BattleTech.
I don't
You
know.
have them at the end. You have them at all strapped to the ends of your legs, and you just kind of float off into the sky.
Just hop around.
My planet needs me.
You do the hops.
That's adorable.
But yes, you guys can buy finer clothes if you want, whether that's going to Mia Moore and getting, better clothing there, or going to any one of the many, many, many shops on this.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll buy a set of fine clothing.
So, Scow,
Yeah.
is there anything you would like to buy while you're here? Or have you already completed what you...
I don't think there's anything else they've got for me that I'm especially thirsting for. I hand over the fucking money for the big gun. Hand that off onto Sieg. I do not get a good price for my old stuff. I've got a nice knife. I've got a nice pistol. I might go buy some upgrades for the pistol and see if I can't rub a nerd on it.
Ooh, upgrades. That's a good point for those.
Obviously, I need to make my energy pistol a scatter weapon now.
Yeah, I should grab.
Yeehaw!
I should grab energy onto this thing. Have impact
We've got new energy pistols though.
I mean, yeah, but that has energy defensive rather than like the current one I've got, doesn't it? Oh, no, I have it written down. I think I had it written down. I did not have it written down. No, wait, no. Energized, accurized. Oh, energized and accurized. Holy shit, that's way better.
Can I pay someone to add a trait to my weapon?
Sure thing. That's buying mods for your weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's not exactly a...
Impact
Money.
is you drop, you take the higher of 2 rolls for damage.
Yes.
So, how much would a weapon mod service cost? Because normally, if you do it, it's just assume you do it as a downtime action, and you just pay the material costs.
Exactly. So it depends. It honestly depends on what you want added. More complex stuff is more expensive, but if you wanted to slap a scope on there, that's like a day's.
I would like my hammer accurized.
So how much would
Accurized.
it be?
So
to-
let's go like in a row. That way we can get it done succinctly. So Scow, you said you were done, right?
I'm gonna buy some weapon upgrades when I figure out what I'm bunging on my piss now.
All right, so Kinathis, do you know what you want right now, or can we go on to Savin and then we'll
I would
loop back
like
around?
my handgun made into a heavy pistol, like an impact act.
Ooh,
Or wait,
so
is
it's
it
a light
already?
handgun?
Oh wait, no. Wait, I'm sorry.
It's just a
already
handgun.
heavy.
Yeah.
It's already heavy. So yeah, accurized as well. Yeah, and get a scope on that.
There you go. Full hand solo.
That's
So
right.
what you
motherfucker.
want?
That's right.
So what you want is to have a scope at it,
Scope and accurized.
a scope and accurized.
Chrome line
Well-
that barrel.
Scoped is going to be cheaper because it doesn't cost much for someone to slap a scope on it. However, what kind of pistol do you have?
I just have it written down. Oh, it's hammer pistol.
All right, so
So
it's
my
not
max
going to be as expensive as trying to upgrade an energy weapon where they'd have to replace your prisms. Instead, they're just going to
Juice up the batteries.
place it in into a lathe and just rebore your barrel.
Make
Which-
it a bigger caliber. Yeah. Right.
Accurize is +1 to hit. It doesn't
Oh,
add
right.
to your damage.
Yeah, they're
Or
so
what
they're
about
giving you
the
like a match
impact?
barrel.
Yeah.
Put
So
a
they're
compensator
swapping.
on it or something.
Yeah, what you're asking them is to swap out your barrel and add a sight to it.
Yeah. You know what? Since Jamina's getting a big laser gun, can I get like a shotgun?
Shotguns
ri-
are a thing,
bit of a
but first
rifle?
let's go through the cost of
Sure.
doing this.
Of the upgrades. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Savin, do you have the cost for upgrades on this, or am I doing that now?
Yeah, the actual material cost is just 5 times the number of existing traits.
Which my gun has 2 traits on it.
So it'd be 50, or it would be 10 for the first one, then 15 for the second upgrade, so a total of 25.
And labor costs, because this is a really down to. I'm going to point this out right now. Kinetic weapons are much cheaper to upgrade than energy weapons because they don't require any prismatic scientific tomfoolery. So I will say that it costs you for like the human cost of machining all this about 150 credits.
I'll take it.
So 175 total to get your work done.
All right.
And I would like to point out that credits in this universe, imagine every credit as to be 10 USD.
You do not want to make a real money comparison.
Don't do that.
Don't do that
Yeah,
ever in a tabletop.
Don't do that. No, never. We saw how bad that went with Urban Arcana. With
With any number of systems.
yeah,
And what am I doing?
Let's see here.
And you wanted a shotgun, you say?
Yeah. Like instead of a rifle, so there's like instead of a rifle, a
Yeah,
shotgun.
you want to get
Oh,
get
yeah.
scatter on a rifle. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be the same cost as just buying a rifle.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm honestly tempted to
Except-
get a scatter rifle too, but I know that
But-
we've got a melee robot, and I don't want to shoot the dog.
But instead of accurized, your default trait is going to be scatter.
Okay. I
Are you
dislike
sure
the
they're all
infant
supposed to
baby.
come with one additional trait, so it would be accurized and then also scatter.
Yeah.
Rifles are just always accurized. Every weapon type has an effective range and a default trait, plus one additional trait when you first acquire it, and that's where your flavor comes from. So the rifle's always accurized, you would just choose to throw scatter on afterwards.
Okay.
And that's how you say, this is my shotgun.
Remember, this system is as new to me as it is to you guys.
Yep.
So, is that you, Kinathis? Can you, if you want to do more?
I
you
want
can
to
think of-
make. I would like to make my shotgun from a 12 gauge to a 10 gauge, please. So put it. I want.
You want impact.
Damn right.
Okay, that sounds like another 100 credits and a
All
couple
right.
more days.
So 200 credits.
So far you're up to 5 days of downtime.
That's fine because I intend to get the ship, a ship upgrade. Maybe one of the cheap ones that only costs a few days, or maybe just a couple days, 4 days for one of the smaller.
Wait. Save it.
You-
What do?
Siggy is just gonna buy a couple of things, including a new shotgun. Since we're taking downtime, I can just put on my own weapon upgrades.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all, I guess. She'll just follow Fenris around while she's shopping and dump all this Gatling gun bullshit off on the gun pony.
And yeah, we are going to get rid of the alien, but first I wanted to run through all. I didn't want to do downtime, do all your shopping, do some shopping, offload the alien, then go right back to it. We'll just assume that it happens within the next couple.
Yeah, well,
You're
then
not-
we'll handle the actual
then-
meat of it in a second.
You right now you're spending money on just paying people to like rebore weapons and stuff like that, and you say you'll come back in a couple days. That takes like an hour. So, Savin,
Mm-hmm.
is there anything else you would like to do other than follow people around?
I think Siggy's gonna go to Beth's.
Okay. So, you're gonna go to Beth's. Do you prefer to do this in the morning, the afternoon, or the
Probably the evening when it's
when
hopping.
when it's pumping? All right. What do you want to do here? You are given a curious look by the current manager, but there is no rule against someone's. They assume that you're not an AI and assume that you're a VI, so they assume you belong to someone here,
Yeah, I
and
will.
you can walk on through. What do you want to do?
He is just
Do
gonna
you
sit
do you want
and watch.
do you want company?
No, Siggy's just gonna head off the ship at some point and just go do her own thing.
I
Yeah, she's just gonna sit in front of the stage and watch for a while. Because nobody
Okay.
touched the Siegwulfe, so she's lonely.
oh,
Maybe get a
I was
lap
totally
dance.
gonna though.
I mean, all you have to do is ask.
That's
I mean,
not a
she
Siggy's
did, and then
place.
she got rebuffed twice.
Yeah.
When
When?
Literally last session.
Yeah, I know.
She
I specifically told her it would definitely be later and in private, and that hasn't come around yet.
So, Savin, roll me 1d10.
5.
5. All right. There is an Ovir dancer current. She is rocking it pretty good. Do you want to try to interact?
No. Siggy just wants to. He just wants to watch. She'll throw like 7 credits up onto the stage at some point.
All right. So, do you you are in a place of lust and carnal desires? Are you going to attempt to rebuff anyone coming up and saying like things along the lines of what's the matter, little puppy, you lost, and giving you scritches?
Oh God, no.
All right. Roll me 1d3. 1.
I
All
acquire
right.
1 scritch.
New.
one, exactly one.
I might stop by Beth's at some point. I don't know if at the same time though.
All right. So, there is a rather large. Now, I'm going to do a roll. $13.
1d23, huh?
Yep. This is to determine the race.
Oh.
Oh, hey, look at that. There is a rather large, and because you rolled a 1, female Sula.
Oh.
Hmm.
She seems to be quite taken with you.
Yay.
Very quickly, I assume that, do you try to conceal that, do you pretend that you're one of the workers here, or just someone who's enjoying it?
I feel like trying to pretend you're a worker at a brothel is a bad idea when you don't actually do that. So no. Siggy will just makes no intent to disguise who or what she is, other than trying to be more VI, I guess.
Ah, and where's your mistress? Or master, of course.
My crew is on their ship. They are very busy working. Bless their hearts.
Oh, simply taking in the sights, huh? I understand.
They are very lovely sights, and they move so hypnotically.
Well, I'm sure that we can see even better sights from my suite. After all, I have one overlooking the planet's surface.
Do you? That must be quite lovely.
Would you like to see it with me?
Oh, that would be lovely. Thank you.
All right. And Sieg, you are taken to a very luxurious suite that overlooks the planet. And do you agree to her advances or no?
Yeah, no, Siggy doesn't turn people down. That's against her nature.
Well, she is completely female. However, she has been to Alice's shop and does know what a strap-on, hard light strap.
Well, that's good, because lesing out with a tar is probably kind of awkward.
Oh, it's fine. So, Sieg, you are being taken to Slamtown by a like 8-foot tall. So that leaves us with Amxal. Lyra, what are you doing?
Well, I'm buying lots of upgrade stuff. I'm doing that type of stuff. Aside from that, I suppose try and spend a little bit of time with Fenris. Get her a little bit less closeted and sluttery.
You're-
And barring
Okay. So you're going to be spending time with Fenris?
a little bit of time with Fenris, and then if I can't bring out a little bit of slut in her, I'm gonna go back with Captain and go to town on her a lot.
Would you like some help with Fenris?
That
Hmm?
that
Oh,
definitely sounds like a role play between you and Scow, and roles that need to be.
Yeah, fair.
So, if you are trying to convince her to slut it up right alongside of you, what would you like to use to attack her?
Sounds a little aggressive.
It's a little
That
bit
is-
aggressive, yeah.
You know, it's still an assault upon her fragile sense of self-control.
All right, fair, fair. I'll make a little bit of mention. Captain's been rather lonely recently. Recently, be much more good fun time if we could both help her out. Definitely been missing you.
Your link was all caps and JPEG.
Yeah, I know. That's what the page's default was, because of course it was.
So, what would you like to use to roll against her? Would you like to use persuasion, perhaps, or performance?
Hmm. Hmm. They're both the same for me, so it doesn't matter. So yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I
that,
mean, like,
that's
You can't do that. I was meant to be lounging in the past chair in my underwear getting drunk.
can I get advantage
That's too
for?
bad. You're, in Lyra.
Yeah, can I get advantage for getting a little bit of the pheromone assistance to try and get you into this?
But the thing is, it depends on where you're trying to convince her. And I don't think, since you didn't say Philia was there, nor did we say that you were doing this in the captain's quarters. But I mean, in the pilot seat, I don't think you have advantage from pheromone.
Fair, fair. Can I get advantage for using Philia as like the main reason for the argument rather than trying to
Yes,
just?
if you use her as the focus, I would say you can have advantage against me.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do is use say with that. So let's do that. What is my charisma? 2. Okay. Skill check. Advantage. Charisma. And I am non-proficient? I am non-proficient.
Wow,
Still a
fuck.
strong roll. How would you like
Shit.
to defend against this?
I just gotta roll persuasion myself. Nope.
No. You fail by a good factor. I mean, another, she may be a Bun-Ausar, but an Asar none the same, and she's really encouraging you to hop on that dick you love so
Look, okay, I'm just not a, not a. I don't burn down in public. Like, obviously, I do want to spend more time in the captain's company, and I don't mind being in your company at the same time as well. But yeah, I don't.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be in public. Just be a little bit more affectionate to her. You know? Really show you care.
That's. It's not in my nature. Okay, I don't handle affection well, but I'll try a bit. Okay. Like a
Okay.
bit.
Yeah. I mean, there's also this really neat place here on the station. They have some private baths. We could rent one and really give her a nice scrub down after that previous mission, you know?
I could be persuaded, sure.
Yeah. Do you actually want another persuasion for that, or is that good for it?
No. You've already succeeded.
Yeah, so I'll make a quick video call to the captain. Wait for her to pick up at least.
Oh. I'll answer, and you will see you'll see the mostly naked torso of Philia.
Oh my.
Now, what can I do for you?
Well, me and Fenris here had the idea that you'd like a nice scrubbing down in a private bath.
Both of you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, color me interested. That sounds pretty nice.
Thought you'd like the idea behind it.
I do like the idea of both of you having your hands all over.
So you want to do it then? I do know a nice place here on the station for it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well. How can I turn down an offer from such a pair of cute little things like you?
I know, right? We're just the cutest, and I definitely know that Fenris is the best girl there is.
She is such a good girl.
Oh, hurry up already.
Wait, no, I have to for this.
Do you? You have something for this? Specifically for this?
Specifically for this.
Specifically for
Per se, a whole ocean.
Pacifically, yeah, exactly.
that.
All right, that's pretty good for it.
That's pretty great. All right. I suppose I'll just have to just get out of this chair.
Oh, do we happen to
fuck,
see where that
chair.
chair is? Oh,
I mean, you might, right, since you got the call.
yeah. Well, isn't that a good treat?
I'll just, just relax. Just relax. I'll see you guys pretty soon.
Yes. Greatly look forward to it.
All right. And so, eventually, those three will make their way over to the private bats with faux wood. Looks a little something like that. And before we pan back to them, hey Adjatha, what are you doing?
Well, they were dealing with the folks doing the scan of the ship. I was going back to my quarters and trying out that crystal dress that we got.
Ooh.
Sure thing. So, once you put on the dress, it really snaps to your contours almost. You would swear that there should be some sort of mechanism for this, as there is with like modern smart clothing, but there's nothing you can see in particular. Now, there are several things you notice. One of which is that, depending on your mood, you could depart these beads fairly easily. Its natural state, leaning upon you, has a deep V with a long floor length. With long and floor length. However, you can start to snap back the gemstones along your deep V to make it a bit more, you know, modest, or you could even try to snap them apart around your legs to give that nice little leg slit. All of these beads appear to be, at the very least, semi-magnetic to each other.
Pretty fancy.
Indeed.
How's it look?
I mean, it looks fantastic, though without anything underneath, it does little for your modesty.
I'm trying to get my bike out. Less modesty might be my best interest. So I will wear the dress out and go into the station.
Sounds good to me. So, where did you hawk your bike?
There's no pawn shop in the game, so whatever.
Oh, well, I'm saying, did you go through like illegal channels? Did you go to a pawn shop?
I would have probably used
Space
the
eBay.
yeah, not space eBay. I would have used the what's it called, ShadowNet, to find someone there that was running perhaps a system. The kind of folk that do that kind of stuff without a whole bunch of paperwork involved.
Ah, I see. Cutting out the middleman and the taxes.
Yeah.
All right. How long ago did you sell your bike?
Let's see. So I would have sold my bike after I sold my UGC uniform and before I sold my ship. So probably like 2 months ago.
All right. Now, let's try to make a roll to see if your bike is even available or if it has already been, hawked. So, you know what? We'll do a date of fate. 1d8, please.
Boop.
7. So, you are going to reconnect with the dealer you had before. Would you like?
Hey, how's my favorite scumbag on all of Tavros?
Not bad, not bad. How are you doing, Siduri?
Good, fancy. Take a little spin. Found a crew that's just handing out wealth. Just fabulous, fabulous wealth.
Ah, good, good. So, I assume you're here to, and this man, rather thin of an individual with a receding hairline, but he has a gleam in his eye that you know is all for business. Are you here to make a transaction?
Well, I guess that really depends on if you forgot what I've come for. That little package I dropped off last time, that's still in your keeping, or?
Ah, the bike, the bike. Well, I have good news and bad news. Which would you like
Hmm.
first?
You know, I'd rather take the good news and leave the bad news, but I feel like you're gonna let me down a little bit here. I'll draw a little bit closer and have my scorpion tail raise up a little bit higher. Why don't we start with the good news and see if I can buoy myself enough to take the bad?
Good news. You can still buy back that little piece of property that you sold me.
Alright. The way you put that was a little strange and has me on edge. Why don't we see what the bad news leads us to?
It's about 3 days out on another station. I gonna hold it, lady. Got a huge shipment in.
Ah, my friend, my friend. Lean way in and have the dress deepen the V curve. You, really let me down on this one, huh? Here I am flush with cash, willing to just load you for bear with all kinds of, wealth, you know, pay back all those promises I made a little earlier, and here you are, unable to hold up a simple bargain.
Let me make a save against giant titties. I don't think that I can. Yeah, that's a 10. That's not great. What did I roll? Yeah, I rolled a 4. All right, all right. Listen, I guess I could have it recalled within the next couple of days. You know, just for you, because you're my favorite customer.
Well, you know, and I was telling people, but not actually telling people, you know, that you're my favorite person on this station too, and I was really looking forward to doing a lot of business here. So if you could call that back, and maybe we could see about signing over those little release papers, we could see about doing a little more proactive business in the future here. My current crew is taking us all over, and I think there's going to be a lot of things could probably swing your way.
There's just a pause as his gaze is elsewhere before he goes, yeah, yeah. Although I wasn't kidding about storage space being full. You're going to have to interdict the package yourself.
Yeah, that's no problem. You have a make, model, and former owner?
Well, I mean, you sold it to me. I still own it. It's just sent to a different shipping lane to be sold elsewhere. Hasn't been picked up.
Oh, all right. See, you had me confused. I thought for a second there that you'd sold it to somebody else, and I was a little concerned. You just didn't have enough space. Well, you set my mind at ease. Look at that. You had bad news and good news and even better news.
Well, I got a shipment in of, and then he'll slap his hand across his face. Nothing. Don't worry about it. You and anywho,
Nothing. No, well, gosh, I was going to show you a little thing that I picked up that you might be interested in, but I guess that's nothing too, huh?
yeah, let's just say that there's already a buyer, and I'd rather not end up as on a milk carton. You know what I mean?
Already a buyer? Well, you know I'm in the bounty game here, and people buying from you tend to have bounties on their heads. Wouldn't it be nice if you got your money and I got the product and the former owner got a little bit of time in jail?
Listen, I love you. You're a lot of fun. I ain't crossing the void for you.
Oh, alright. Boy, when'd you get mixed up with those guys?
Believe me, I always try to stay away from that stuff. But, third party, someone has to move the money, keep my head down, no one remembers who I am.
Stump's really gone to pot if Black Void are moving in and making deals with reputable businessmen such as yourself.
Yeah, you're telling me, sweetheart. Anyways, while we're talking, hit up a little thing. Meet them in Docking Bay A10. Grab your shit and get out.
A10 sounds like a deal. Say, wonder if you could do me a little favor and look up something for me. I let a ship go a little while back, and was hoping you have some fingers out there might be able to track it down for me.
Yeah, sure thing, sure thing. It all depends on what you bring to the table.
Well, not for nothing. This is a little something probably more than the info, but we've got such a good working relationship. I think we can both count on more deals in the future. I'll set the handgun that we got complimentary from the planet there on the table. Don't suppose you've ever seen anything like that before.
Oh, hell no. But I've heard of it. They said they were going to do an entire corporate war. Where'd you get one of these?
Don't worry about that. You know me. I go places. I see things.
All right. He'll extend a hand. May I?
As long as you know not to take the safety off, sure.
He'll pick it up, spin it about, give it a look-see, and then place it back in front. Sure thing. You give me the number and the name of the ship, and if the information is good, I get the gun.
How about what we say? I'll put you top of the list when we get more of these. How's that sound?
Sounds like empty words. I'm gonna need more than that.
Oh, you wound me. I wouldn't leave you without a credit chit for your time. I know what a big, important person you are here. I'm just showing that I can deliver on some interesting technology, and when we show up next time, perhaps I'll have something to store your little trading post, as long as you don't let slip that this is out and about.
I'm tighter than a nun's asshole. You know that.
Yes, indeed. So, what do you say your time's worth these days? How's 100 strike you?
How's about $1.25?
Ooh, gosh. You know, I was going to pick up an engineering kit here, tune my bike up. How about I give you a 125 and you throw the kit in with the bargain?
$1.20 and the kit. You're twisting my arm here.
Yeah, I know. I'm slitting your throat here, aren't I? All right, that'll work out.
All right. Well, I'll put my feelers out, but we'll see what's floating out there in that big old verse.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. All right. Take your shit and get out. I got stuff to do. Always great to see you, Siduri.
Yes, indeed. Just make sure, like I say, none of this information gets out, or let's just say UGC. Well, they're done with me, but I suspect you're keen not to let them know you're even around here.
Oh, as far as they're concerned, I'm still back on Ilia 5.
You're a sneaky motherfucker, and I like it.
All right. You take your easy now. Have a good one, Siduri.
Alright, well, head out. He said it's going to be about a 2-day recall.
Yes.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
In the meantime, I'm just going to pick up environmental suits. Are those space worthy, or are those just for like when
Yes.
shit blows up?
Environmental suits. Let's look at the. We don't remember. We can add stuff as we're going along to this game because we're working off of bare bones and working up from there. So, is that under armor, or where am I?
I think
Equipment?
that's just gear. That doesn't actually provide any armor for you.
Equipment.
Just a vac suit.
Yeah.
So you want like a vacuum suit that would let you breathe in space. That
Well, no, vacuum suit is gear. The environmental suit, I think, is a different item.
Oh, so you want like the hazmat suit from
Yeah, there's
Half-Life.
environmental clothing. It's 10 credits.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
that was my question. Is a environmental suit just a hazmat suit, or is it actually like, can you go into like a space situation with
I
that?
believe that the 10 credit environmental suit is just like your bare bones. You know, when you look in the movies where they're going into a hazardous environment and it's like that plastic shit they have. Fairly certain that's what that is. And for 10 credits, that's what that's going to be. And then you can get like a void suit, you know, a vac suit that will last in space. And then you could get a combination of the two for even more, which means you could resist more radiation while in it, and so on and so forth.
Okay, so if we have another, you got to go out into space kind of situation, the environmental suit will not.
No, you
Suit
need a
that.
vac suit.
All right, so I'll probably pick up one of those then.
Okay. All right. And do you need to do anything more, Adjatha?
Beyond that, I think I'll head over to Beth's and hit on the lady in the front there, the brothel mistress.
Oh, I seem to recall she's a hard ass.
Yes, she is. My kind of lady.
Sure thing. You can go ahead and make me a persuasion roll if you like, and let's see what we'd use for her.
Actually, she's a hard ass. I'm going to start this up with an intimidation rather than a persuasion. See how she responds. Just walk on up in the skimpy dress, slam the tail into the desk right next to her to get her attention, and sort of gesture over to the back room. How do you roll things in this? I forget.
You will need some kind of macro to do a skill check because the sheets are all broke.
Yeah, they're kind of broken.
So, Amxal
Yes.
gave us a thing for it. So, could you pull that up again for?
Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second to copy, and I can just put it in the.
I can just type the dice roll thing. I thought there was a little button for it.
I mean, I kind of did make a button for it.
Okay, so first you're going to try the old Rhea method where her hard-assness folds underneath enough intimidation, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, 19, pretty good. Let's see her try to defend against that. It has no specific advantage on this roll, so... Haha, no. So, she'll flick back just a bit before her composure takes back over. What do now?
I'll lean down on her desk, lean forward, and have my tail sort of weaving around the back of her chair, very close but not quite touching her. Get fairly close to her face and sort of move my head to one side so I'm right next to her ear and say, "Back room, 5 minutes."
All right, so let's see. So now you have successfully intimidated Cat. Let's see if you can make her do anything than, flee and try to call security or something like that. However, she used to have advantage against your roll, but since she is now intimidated, she now has disadvantage against your persuasion.
Alrighty, well, I don't have persuasion, so
Oh, okay. You were using intimidation to do it. Never mind. From what I understood, you were using intimidation then persuasion. Let's see. Does she have a fear boner? Let's find out.
She seems like the kind of woman who would.
Definitely probably does.
Did I roll that correctly? I don't think I did.
You dropped. You rolled
Dropped
1d20. Yeah.
You need
rolled
to
one die,
you need to
dropped the
roll
highest.
2 dice. You only
Oops.
Yeah. And Adjatha, the roll macro I've been using is and asked if you want to copy it down for whatever you want to do it with.
Oh no.
man,
Yeah.
that's elaborate.
And it looks a little bit elaborate. You just need to change up what the bonus is for the attributes. Slap it in your character sheet as a trait, not trait thing. What's that called?
as a
feature.
feature. Yeah, in the feature and traits thing, you can just make it a box, and then you get to roll it by hitting the skip check button.
So, Adjatha, it appears that Cat has a fear white on for you.
Outstanding.
Yes. With your deft use of intimidation, if that could be applied to any time anyone tried to use intimidation, you are going to take the brothel mistress back and, I assume, do some form of pounding her into the ground. I don't remember. When you took a bunch of feminizing TFs, did you get rid of your dongle at all?
No.
Okay. So yeah, you are going to pound Cat, the quote-unquote hard-ass headmistress of Best Brothel, into the ground.
And since my race are effectively infertile unless they inject a special venom with the tail first, we're going to raw dog this.
All right. All right, yeah. So you're going to spend a good night with Cat, and yeah. You have done your duty in taming the slave mistress. Good job.
I mean, it's just her job, but she's a bitch about it, so I love her.
All right, Hedrah, you have bought your weapon. Is there anything
Hedrah
you would
just
like to
AFK'd.
do? Oh, okay.
Well,
So, is there anything anyone else would like to do on the station before we move on to new contracts?
Yes.
Oh, and selling your little alien boy.
Yes, that too. So there is a Tamani Corp shop on the station, I believe. How much is a dose of what the fuck is it?
Pussy Blossom, I think it is.
No, well,
Pussy
I
Blossom
mean,
is from Sarah.
that's what I'm saying. That was it. That's who I'm looking for, actually. Yeah, Sarah, not Tamani.
Sarah, the
Sarah,
demon
the
lady?
Estro Bloom.
Estro
It's a
Bloom,
much
you say?
cheaper drug than the other one. The other one. Pussy Bloom is 13. Well, the wiki says 13,000.
Yeah.
And the
I'd recommend
Astro.
moving all prices down from the game down by like 1 zero's place.
Yeah,
That is literally what I've been doing, dude.
Oh.
So there you go.
I've just been chopping
okay.
up zeros.
So a dose of ester bloom is 600 on the wiki, so it would be 60.
Yeah, sounds like it.
It is a basic feminizing thing, yes.
Yeah.
You will have to roll for one of the random changes, and I mean you can look at the wiki yourself to figure out which one it is. It's 1, 2. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because everyone already has hair, we ignore the stuff. Or if you're bald, or if you have a beard, we
If
throw
you
that
don't
off.
have
Or
if you don't have X
yeah,
thing,
if you don't have X
Yes.
thing, X doesn't happen to you.
I don't think Pussy Blossom is what you or Esther Bloom is what you're looking for.
I know
Yeah.
what I'm looking. No, I know what I'm looking for. This is I looked for this for a reason.
Okay.
I just want to, maybe you guys want to, maybe the girls want to be even girly, even prettier.
No, don't do
Well,
it.
I mean,
But if
No.
you
it's a hard
wanted,
sell not to.
but if you want, you can buy a targeted
Um,
version of this. For instance, you could buy a version which does not affect penis or ball size. However, that will be
Oh, I
more
guess it
expensive
does
by
actually.
a factor.
Oh, it can actually make those go smaller. I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. However, you
Oh, I
can
didn't-
spend more credits on
All right.
targeting it. It just
Okay.
becomes much more expensive.
Nah, don't
How
get the
much more
targeted
expensive?
one. Make them risk everything for you.
Make them risk everything.
I mean,
How
But
much
you
will
can
they
get-
do for their alpha?
You can get an incredibly
Mm.
targeted one, which would only do, say, lips, hip, butt, tone, that kind of stuff. Or you could get one that just makes sure that their penis or balls wouldn't be infected.
Do I want to bully them? Is the question. How much do I want to bully them? How much would a more expensive, more targeted version be?
There are 2 stages of targeting. There is where you can keep the lip modifier, the hip rating, the butt rating, the tone,
Yeah,
or yeah,
the middle one.
or
The
if you
middle
wanted
one.
to go incredibly specific, you go from increasing the price by a factor of 4 to a factor of 8.
So it's 60. So the middle ground one is
It would be
240.
it would be 480 credits for you to very specifically make, say, their hips bigger, or because this is minor stuff. Of course, if you're trying to affect like the shape and color of something, that would be different. But for stuff like this,
I'm going to go to the middle ground because I want a little. I want to roll the dice a little bit. So I'm going to get 2 of those. So that's 480 altogether for those
very
2.
well. They will be required to roll a d4 to find out if their lips, their hips, their butt, or their tone. Actually, we'll call it a D5, or their face gets more feminine because it will
I'm
increase
going to just-
femininity.
I'm just going to hang on to those for now and just label them as semi-targeted.
Sounds good. Anyone else?
Nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna bank what cash I've got for now and save up for
Yeah.
something juicy.
yeah, I'm gonna keep the last bit of cash I got since I ended up on 369.
I
At some
bought
point, whenever I
space
want-
rations.
Yeah, I bought another 10 just in case.
I bought grenades,
Yeah, no.
survival kits.
Hedrah, you were around, and it was your turn to say if there was anything in particular you wanted to do before you guys hawked the bioweapon to Xenogen.
I bought space rations, and that's about all I can fucking afford.
Because you spent all your
Okay,
money on the big gun.
I mean,
I
space
got
rations are
30
pretty good.
credits left.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Okay.
I broke and I owe, so
So, it sounds like everyone's done with their shopping trips. Let's move on to foisting this alien bioweapon to the giant friendly Wayland I mean Xenogen.
Yeah.
So, how would you guys like to go about this to begin with?
I believe he wanted to find the office and their a branch office here and get a number for an alien acquisitions
Matt, you want a
wing,
researcher?
like the research.
Yes, we want a researcher.
So, you're going to go into one of the like internal skyscrapers here, and you're going to go to Xenogens, correct? And so you want to contact their R&D department?
Yeah, we need a number for. We need to get in contact with some researchers. We found some interesting samples on a frontier world, and want to see if anyone would be interested in them.
All right. Are you guys going to try to throw any of your backgrounds or any skills you might have to try to get any more than surface level crank?
Were they doing that day or the following day?
Oh, we have this is
Probably the
just
day
going to
after
happen
the
over the course of like 5 different days. We're going to assume that all of the crew is available for this.
Ah.
Because again, there you guys have about 5 days of downtime, and there are going to be times when not everyone's sitting there waiting for a weapon to be reboard, etc., etc. So, how would you
Hooray.
guys like to go about this?
I guess just walk right up to the front desk and ask if they have a contacts number for R&D and see if we can't organize something fancy.
Sure. The uh, lady at the front will cock her head at you and then simply refer you to their online web.
Sure thing. I'll pull out my data pad. I'll just like sit down outside their office and pull out the data pad and just cycle to the details.
Sure.
La, 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 la.
There are, you go down, you go to their website where they have all their propaganda, and then you scroll all the way down to the small text that says contact.
Sure. Boop.
All right. So there's the Xenogen main office, Xenogen research and development, Xenogen biology, and the Xenogen marketing department.
I would guess it'd be biology, right? Click Xenogen biology.
Sure, you get the codex equivalent of the holonet equivalent of an email address.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Let's see here. I might want. Hmm. Hmm. Hey, my favorite bounty hunter slash criminal.
What's up?
Do you have a fake ID handy for sending an email out to Xenogen's research?
Someone Xenogen would respect? Maybe not. Maybe I could probably get something for you if you have a contact for some of Xenogen's below the board recovery agents.
Ooh, that would work.
So I guess you want me to make an intelligence check for the ShadowNet to come up with something, or?
Stray's getting another drink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, I can do ShadowNet as well, but at the same time, it's always fun for someone who says they've got a large established collection of fake identities to do it instead of me, where I just sort of raw dog it on the ShadowNet.
Turns out that's your actual shadow name on the shadow net.
Yeah,
Raw
raw dog.
That's
It's pretty great.
Write it down so you don't forget it somewhere.
Yeah, I'm more often the person who gets asked to send stuff on ShadowNet as opposed to does the requesting.
Adjatha, you back?
It's
It's
Stray
Stray
who's
that's
AFK.
gone.
Oh,
I could get up and get a beverage myself. But I know the moment I do, that's when she'll get back. Oh my god, AVG, no, I do not want to buy an upgrade for.
get a wireless headset so it doesn't matter.
Huh?
Alright, I'm back.
Get a wireless headset so it doesn't matter if they're away. You can
Yeah.
always answer.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't like wireless headsets.
Alright, I'm back. So,
Hello, back.
Right.
what did you guys decide on your course of action for contacting the totally good, friendly boys as you know?
Yeah, hoping to have Siduri ShadowNet some more illicit acquisitions.
Alright. So, you're gonna hit up the ShadowNet, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
I'm going to use one of my alternate IDs and log in as Velago, a sometimes mercenary that does a little work for Xenogen, getting materials from planets that are, strictly speaking, not supposed to be touched just yet. And going to dial in and send out feelers about, a fairly large specimen could have military uses. It's fairly unlikely, unlike most current things already pacified. Eager sellers.
Makes sense to me. What would you like to roll for this? For getting in contact and using your old ones? Let me, because all of this stuff is pretty new to me as well. Let's look at.
Since this is a bit of a sort of covert act,
This-
how about a
Or
stealth
sleight
check?
of hand? Yeah, sleight of hand or stealth.
Yeah,
I-
stealth makes sense.
Throw up a little smoke screen there.
I hope that.
Are you also skilled in stealth?
I'm not, but I'm a ShadowNet user. I have more persuasion than stealth.
Fair enough. Can I get advantage with that?
yes, indeed.
Okay.
Well, hell.
13. All right. Well, congratulations. We're pretty early on in the game, and 13 isn't bad.
All right.
So, you have met the DC for this. So, you're going to get in contact with a back channel. it was a guy that you knew a long time ago, and you're tapping him. He got disillusioned with the whole UGC thing, like you, but he went private sector. And you know what? He's willing to hear you out. He doesn't have any authority beyond being like one of their chief like officers working on like their ships and stuff like that. However, he can bump it up the food chain if you like.
Yeah, that'd work. We don't necessarily need a bit of face time if nobody wants to expose themselves. If they've got a secured drop, we can make the transition without anyone's having to meet one another.
All right. So it takes a little bit, and then you hear back, and he said that they'd be willing to meet you on a part of Tavros Station that is technically considered a sovereign corporate territory, but is near enough to like he pulled this for you. You understand, out of you guys being old friends, close enough to a population center that you're not all going to get moved.
Well, I'll send that back to the captain. Let the captain decide. Seems safe enough initially here, but
It ain't a bad response.
He'll say some things to you. He'll say, yeah, that was a lot of fun, and then he'll remind you of that time that you guys were all in basic, and then you all went out camping. Wasn't that a bunch of fun? And honestly, you remember that being terrible because a tree cracked open and then a bunch of insects fell on your face.
interesting.
Yeah. Tons of bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see how that would ruin the whole affair.
No, he was reminding you that was the greatest time you guys ever had in basic.
Mm-hmm. I like your friend, very subtle.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll thank him for the trip down memory lane and relate that back to the crew.
He'll tell you that you guys should go canoeing on that lake again.
You have an
Hey.
You have an interesting friendship there.
That's some good code. I mean,
Well,
yeah.
it's your
What do you think of this
monster.
guy?
What do you think?
You think this guy's legit about this?
I mean, it's been quite a while, and he is a private sector mook, but it's hard to tell just how the rigors of being a desk jockey treat someone.
I mean, it sounds like the location's going to be a bit bugged, so we just have to be subtle when we turn up.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be private territory, so the corporation's going to keep out UGC. They don't want them there any more than we do, but Xenogen aren't above making loose ends disappear, and every little bit of information they get on us is potential leverage down the line. We could drop it off if we all have suits to hide our identities, so we don't give them any more information than I need. But my tail's a bit of a giveaway, so I don't know if I can necessarily go with you without playing the hand out.
That's fine. I'm an anonymous freighter enough, and I did happen to pick up a nice change of clothing. I should be incognito enough.
I'm a
Just
generic
doing-
mass-produced chassis.
Yeah, rock and roll. There's the muscle.
Well,
Everything's fine. We got
If
this.
you feel comfortable about it.
Comfortable enough. I've done similarly dodgy things in the past.
Wouldn't be the worst idea for you to bring a sidearm just in case.
Oh, I'm always hilariously armed. I'm not going to be bringing the crystal pistol this time. rather not have more questions than answers on my person.
Perks up around the
This gonna
corner,
be
somebody
just
say
a-
gun?
No,
Gun,
it's
Gun, gun,
gun.
gun,
Is this just
gun,
gonna be a
gun,
meet
gun.
and negotiation?
Should
Or
just be a trading.
drop off?
It should just be a trading product for.
I imagine they're going to want to negotiate the price down less than what you want for it.
And I am prepared to make them suck dick for that one. So it's cool.
I find heated neutronium works as a better deterrent to lowering prices, but again, if you're going in by yourself,
Not by
that risk might
myself.
be worth more than the value you're going to get out of it.
I should be fine without trying to go at it heavy hand.
You do know that sucking dick is cheap. Yell from the corridor.
Yeah, I'm. Fair point. Terrible analogy on my part. Yeah, I'm ready to do this thing.
Alright,
Alright.
well, I hope your trust in me is not misplaced. I'll send the response back and set up a meeting.
Sure.
Alright.
And trust or not, all I have to do is run real fast.
All right. So,
Oh, I'll let you know
Yeah.
your handle is going to be Valago for this.
Sure thing.
your meeting place is going to be at the edge of corporate controlled territory. Are you going to bring the alien with you, or are you going to try something else?
I will bring
Yeah.
detailed scans of the alien and pictures.
If you can get a anonymous cargo bay to store it, you could always give them access codes for the cargo bay rather than bringing the whole
rent a
dang
storage
thing.
locker.
Yeah, that's a good enough move.
Yeah, we could rent a storage unit.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Sure, I'll pop 5 credits in so that I've got the key to it.
All right. So,
You
you
all
guys
check.
are going to meet in, for what all intents and purposes appears to be a warehouse. Do you go now?
Whenever the meeting is for,
Do you
sure.
need
Sir. So-
guns to back up?
No. Got a Robo-Walker. We're gonna go with subtle this time.
Okay, just holler at me and I'll just be there as fast as I can.
Yeah, sure, if you can be like a...
And maybe we should.
Little
Some of
bit.
us should be waiting in the wings, just as
Yeah.
back. I'll
Yeah.
go.
Sounds good to me.
Just blur.
Yeah,
I'll be, I'll be around. Send me data if you
just
need
have to
if you need like an actual look into things and make sure it's on the up and up.
Should be fine.
I got a scope rifle, so it's that's a nice range on it.
Okay, I mean, don't wave that around in, like, corridors and hallways and stuff. We're only going into a warehouse.
All right. So, you guys will go there, and at precisely the right meeting time, the door on the other end of the warehouse opens, and a squad of 12 men comes out, fanning in all directions. They have their hands on rather large weapons, but while drawn, the rifles aren't at the ready. And in the center comes another man. He appears to be a huge hulking dude, about 12 feet tall. You would guess by any estimation that this would be, despite the fact that he attempts to conceal his face, is most likely either a heavily gene-modded human or some type of Thragon. And he will approach you guys. So then, you're the freelancers.
Can that be correct?
All right. Fork the info over. I know how it goes.
Sure. And I will hand him just, like, some old, like, shit paper printouts with detailed scans and information on him.
All right. And he'll sit there and and ha as he scans through the data pad. Damn. Damn. We haven't seen acids like this. And all right. Checks out. Where is it? And he'll hand the data pad back to you.
Secure storage. Money for the key.
All right. Well, I mean, it's a pity that Xenogen can't be seen trafficking huge amounts of money on things like this. But, you know, the worst part is just how horrible shipping is in this sector. I mean, honestly, you'd think people would be better at handling storage and we wouldn't lose valuable cargo. And while he says so, he'll walk over to a rather large crate and with a huge heaming and hawing, rip it open and it will slam down with a huge clatter that all of you wince at from the sheer sound of it.
Alright, let's take a look at this.
All right.
What's in the crate?
So there is a crate on top of that is sat upon a large hover platform, and it appears to be advanced medical tech. Xenogen's specialty, of course.
But of course.
Something you could see is... Wait, medical technology.
Sure, I'd go sending information about this to someone else, but again, I already know this place is bugged as shit, so I'm not going to start taking and then sending wireless images to people. Like, sure is a shame this fell off the back of a space truck.
The hangar, if you would.
Yeah, okay. You wouldn't happen to have a hover dolly hanging around, would you?
Hangar codes first. Don't worry. Merely press the button right here, and that will be more than enough to get this poor lost salvage back to wherever you want it.
Sure. Mind if I chuck an insight at this guy, see if he's on the level?
Sure thing.
While Fenris is doing that, could I do like some sort of science roll to examine the cargo, see how much it's worth?
Yeah, go
And
ahead
if
and
it's
do a
actually
science
worth
roll.
it. It's actually just a cardboard cutout.
He is this guy is definitely their mercenary. He does not have any sort of like lying, you know, he's not deceiving you. He just wants to get this stupid transaction over with. Sieg, this is a ship upgrade.
Oh,
We already
For
have
instance,
we already have a med
right.
bay.
For instance, right now, your medical bay is
Fully functional.
laughably inferior. After all, it's almost as if you guys were back in, like, you know, the 21st century with this garbage. You can even successfully reattach a limb with what you have right now. This is a full medical bay, not to be confused with anything you perceive now. This can not only reattach limbs, but if you give it enough material and hours, can in fact create cybernetic limbs to replace anything that is lost on your journey. And if anyone is seriously injured, it cuts down their recovery time by a factor of 75%.
It's pretty good.
Doesn't sound like...
It's an auto dock.
hard to complain about that.
Yeah. Especially, you know, cybernetics. I specifically asked for this.
It can fabricate them, not just install them.
Yeah, as long as we dump the raws in.
Remind me, Tits has it so like you can regrow limbs if you throw enough credits into it. Right,
Oh, you can, but the thing is, that's insanely expensive. And the thing is, this is like a model that was like 20 years ago. But the thing is, your ship is equipped with Well, we'll hack off the limbs, and then we'll make sure you don't die from blood loss.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm not complaining. I'm just making sure like the
It's,
technology exists in the
this isn't
universe.
cutting. This isn't cutting or bleeding edge. However, this is standard technology for any starship, which for any advanced starship, I might say. So this would be the thing your ship should have had before it got stripped out.
So in raw, that's several thousands of credits.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's a pretty fucking good deal. Yeah.
A
all right.
lot of you have played BattleTech, right?
Nope.
So this
Nope.
is when you go to your starship, this is one of your first upgrades, is actually having a medical bay, meaning that even people who have been dead for a few minutes, you can bring them back.
Dope. Okay. Yeah, I will nod and toss this guy the key. Just so you know, there's a trap inside left. If you pass the threshold without waiting for 5 seconds, it'll send an alarm randomly to just like a fire warning. Just disable it off to the side.
Of course. And I assume you won't mind if you wait here for 5 minutes and enjoy my company while we make sure that the cargo is actually there. And
Sure
he'll
thing.
lean up against the large box containing your ship upgrade.
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as his goons start going, I'm gonna text the captain and say, "Transaction complete. We'll be back momentarily."
And
Yeah.
after 5 minutes pass, he'll right himself. Well, it looks like the suits are pleased. You have a good time, freelancers. Don't, if I were you, I'd keep a good handle on one of these. Save your life one day. And then he'll wave an arm, which you notice is very suspiciously calculated in its movements.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And
Have a
then I
nice
will show
day.
him the wiggle of my little toe, strangely calculated. No.
Just not quite natural.
All right. So, mark down a Xenogen Mark II medbay. If any of your crew members are missing a limb and you provide it with the necessary raw resources, within 24 hours, a facsimile can be created and then installed on the character. Also, anyone who has failed a death save and you are able to bring them to the ship within the proper amount of time, say you get boarded and someone gets killed, there is a high likelihood you'll be able to resuscitate them, except for, of course, massive critical damage.
What was that first part?
I can.
Limbs can, this is a fabrication unit as well as a medical unit. It will be able to restore lost limbs. However, they
Okay.
will be mechanical. You cannot
Yeah, I have
rebuild.
that. Yeah. All right. Can resuscitate.
Like, for instance, say you're down on a planet and someone gets killed and you manage to cryo-freeze them or preserve them fast enough, and even if it's a couple hours later, this unit should be able to restore them to working order. But if their head gets blown off, there's nothing for it.
I mean, other than attaching a robot head and implanting Siggy in there.
Yay! Siggy! Bipedal this time. She can jerk off.
Bipedal and
Yay.
fleshy. Oh god, that's kind of a horrifying idea.
Well, I mean, there's like a
Pretty
1 in
horrifying.
6 chance I'm not bipedal, but, you know.
This will take about a week of your engineers to install on your ship, or you could do the Mad Lad thing and sell it.
No, I
So
think
we
you
also
probably want
will-
to keep this.
we'll already have some technicians working on the ship anyway to clear up one of the hard points and fix one of the torpedo launchers on the ship.
And again, this won't take up any more bays than our.
It's
than
just going to
one.
replace the med bay we've already got.
Exactly.
Okay, fuel is 4 out of 4. Ship account is down to 642. But now we're going to have a torpedo launcher.
Yeah. Which would be really
Pew,
helpful
pew.
for, like,
That's, yeah, it uses your electronic skill to target it.
does it use electronics? I just thought it uses intelligence to
Oh,
target.
I'm sorry, it uses intelligence instead of dexterity.
It's useful for when, like, we don't need to be on, have 2 people on the computers. We can have 3 people on weapons now.
Yep.
All right. So you have completed your transaction with Xenogen and now have 1 ship upgrade. Now, you guys have already decided on it, but for the audience's sake, we'll go through the contracts that are available to you. Now, let me just scroll back up. And so, you have access to 3 different contracts. Now, Siduri is able to tell you that she was able to find through her back alley contracts a contract that we're going to call Whiskey You're the Devil. A drunk freighter captain forgot his haul of expensive and less than legal Terran wine on his dust-off and now has landed himself in indentured servitude due to past debts. Procure the package from Jamina Station in the Sol System and return it to Tavros. Your reward, credits, and 5 bottles for your private reserve. The second one, the Walk of Shame. A wealthy Kythrit socialite was last seen leaving the room of a Thragan one-night stand. She has since disappeared en route to her ship. Find her and return her to her family. Reward, a large sum of credits, among other things. And finally, Yar Har Fiddle-Dee-Dee. A group of independent traders has taken out a bounty on a pirate freighter that has been plaguing shipping lines to a research outpost. Reward, credits, and a minor ship upgrade. Increased storage.
Well, I'll relate all of that, and then I'll say that I've got a bike coming out of storage that's going to possibly need some storage space in the ship here, so my preference would be towards additional storage space for the ship, but I understand if you folks don't necessarily want to get into the bounty hunting business this early in our relationship. If you'd rather get celebratory drinks, I imagine that one would probably be fairly simple little milk run to take your mind off of pulling a fast one right under the noses of the UGC.
I'm indifferent. I'm down to shoot pirates or whatever, but I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm down for anything, really.
And of course, outside of the game, everyone decided that they wanted to go after the pirates, and that's what's prepped.
Yeah.
And now we decide a different thing because you have no prep for it. And that's what players do.
Yay!
Did
No, fuck off.
Did you write down the crystal dress on your character sheet?
Yes, I did.
All right, I'll take that off of there. So our cargo hold's actually completely empty now.
So,
Also, I added the ship's stats and equipment and upgrades and future upgrades to the cargo hold to the handout.
so
Have a look at it.
Nice.
Adjatha, before dust off, you can go to the aforementioned cargo hold and retrieve your hover bike.
I didn't see any stats for any of that stuff in the thing, so I think
All right,
you might
so
have to
Yeah, we'll talk about it between sessions, but since this is mostly going to be space combat, unless you want to board a ship on a hoverbike, it doesn't really matter for
Which
now.
sounds fucking metal, though.
Yeah,
Are
it
you
sounds
sure
very
you don't?
rad.
I mean,
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
welcome to the white scars.
I'm
We're
No.
gonna
No,
open
no,
our airlock,
full
blast
flash
theirs
portal.
open, and we're gonna have you ramp into their ship.
You're
It's
gonna
been a while since
Okay,
I've had an
Flash.
opportunity to use this, so I might be a little rusty. So let's wait, hold off on any advanced maneuvers until I've got a chance to practice a little bit.
no, you
Gotta
guys
warm
think
up.
you guys think it's cool, but then you're just going to wedge the fucking hover car in the middle like it was fucking Mike Myers.
No, as opposed to wedging it, we're gonna pork into that jet bike, unfortunately.
You're just going to Austin Powers it. I'm telling you right. It's a pirate freighter.
You're right, yeah, there's probably some tight corridors.
Gonna have a few, like, 30-point turns.
So, Siduri, you're able to push your beloved hoverbike back onto the Argonaut, and so now then, you guys have your mission. This is a trip, of course, like many of them for a planet rush. This is going to be through a warp gate, but honestly, you can see a lot of ships coming to and fro several warp gates, but it seems like they're all going to planets that, are far more popular, like Morellian and Menga. This one seems to be all but abandoned. So, what do, Captain?
This is the way to the shipping lanes? That's getting all messed up.
It is indeed.
Alright, well, we don't know if they're waiting on the other sides. I suppose everyone should just be ready in case.
Already on the guns there.
Good to know. And take us
I'll
in.
be around my computer as always.
Those new torpedo launchers are ready to go.
I really want their first attack roll ever to just be in that one.
The torpedoes, yeah. No.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, the dodgy installation excuse only works for so long before we just realize that you're shit at the job. But I feel like that first
what?
one is gonna work.
I have a question.
Shoot.
The weapon mods, could we also mod the ship weapon?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
do you get energy torpedoes, like plasma torpedoes?
the torpedoes already have impact, so I don't see why you
They do
couldn't
have
add more
impact trades. So.
I have
qualities onto it.
I have an entire thing for like eventually upgrading to like the best weapon you can get in the game is a liquid magnetic rail.
Oh, like that thing from Mass
Exactly.
hydrodynamic.
Yeah,
something or other.
they're hydrodynamic railguns, and they do a massive amount of damage. It's basically a railgun, but even better. But for now, you guys have your main gun and a little pea shooters.
Now, you say it's
Rail-
the best weapon, but you're not including all the doomsday weapons that we're sure to encounter, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's doomsday weapons, and the fabled fleet-killing weapons of civilizations long past. But if you're talking about stuff that people can actually build, it's probably going to be better than like a giant plasma caster or a rail, simply because of the amount of mass. A railgun can only do one part of a shell, where a hydromagnetic weapon can do the entire shell. Just keeps coming and impacting.
I want to get like a broadside mounted thermite launcher.
Also a thing you can do.
Just slag the side of an enemy ship.
You know what? fuck it. Just get the fucking SDF-1 main cannon instead. Just go with that.
Tell you what, hey Kina, how would you like for the ship's like wings to have like beam sabers on the end, so you just slide alongside it?
No, we need scissors on the front. We need the big Zap battering ram.
And
Big
suddenly
Dzaan.
we're
Yes, we need a
Gundam.
ram.
Big,
The whole ship turns into a big fight man.
Yeah, yeah. Can
Yeah.
we be a
See,
Gundam?
that's what I wanted to begin with for the sci-fi game.
Oh my.
no, we need the SDF-1. Then it's much better and much cooler.
All right. So, you guys are going to fire your engines and head on through the warp, correct?
Sounds like it, I think, right?
Time to masquerade
and
ourselves
fucking
as
roll.
a fucking freighter ship and get pirated.
What do you mean masquerade?
We're a fucking Corvette. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah,
So-
1 second, and then I'm gonna flip our license plates.
Oh,
That's
fuck.
not
Look at that big ship.
Shit, what the fuck?
So,
What the
Oh,
fuck?
crap.
Come on.
you end up on the other side of the array and find yourself at the edge of a system. And nothing happens. You're not ambushed, none of the terrors that you were promised happen, and so you start to fly towards the scientific station, which you eventually make contact with.
Oh,
It
that's the
appears to
station.
be 3 different interconnected saucers.
Oh, thank God, it's a station.
Indeed. And when you fly in, you know what? Let's see if you notice anything interesting.
Do a sensor ping.
You're science people. Hey, science people, do me science roll.
Sure. Let's see.
Your advantage science rolls.
Why do I? Oh, because you're helping me?
Y'all motherfuckers helping each other. Better
Yeah.
goddamn be.
I do science.
So, you understand why there would be a scientific station here, see? There is no current projection for any type of mathematical probability that any of these near Earth-sized worlds should be so close together and not crash into each other or fall into the gas giant. Indeed. And the disparity between the systems, one appears to be glowing hot on the entire surface, one appears to be frozen solid, and one appears to be frozen on one side and molten on the other.
Huh.
This, of course, may be because it is orbiting one of the few binary stars that the intergalactic community has been able to Now then, there is a massive space station, currently perfectly locked in orbit around the gas giant, in an area where it would be easy for them to send shuttles to each of these planets' surface for, if not landing personally, but for sending drones. However, as you approach, you notice that the northmost on this map saucer section appears to be damaged and leaking smoke, and there appears to be a ship docked with it.
Can I get a sensor ping on that station?
Sure thing.
Yeah, sure. Let's see here. What is it? It's Starship Electronics, and what do I have to meet? No, it's Center Blind. Sensor
It's just like a ship perception roll.
Yeah, yeah. It's just checking what it actually is, in case I have it expertised. And I assume somebody's helping me with that? Anyone?
Yeah.
Cool. Intelligence and expertise.
All right. So, what you're able to tell with the skill check is that there is definitely a hostile starship that has used what is known as a docking bore to attach itself just beyond the station's defenses.
Did
Hmm.
they
Let's
actually?
blow its engine up.
I was gonna say that means they're sitting fucking ducks. Let's blow their engines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's strafe them.
Do it.
Yep.
All right.
Do they seem to have noticed us yet?
Not so far.
Let's get a
All they're
target.
gonna do is
Let's
gonna
get a
notice
target
pretty
lock
fucking
on
soon.
it. All right, so get a target lock on it, and then open up with the rail guns and the torpedoes, so we'll have advantage on both of them.
Yeah, I will do the all power to weapons.
Oh wait, all power to weapons.
How much?
Everything gains
invisibility
the
have we got?
impact. Actually, all of our weapons already have the impact proper.
Wahoo!
So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
we just need the advantage to hit.
So, Siduri, do you want to take the torpedoes, or you want me to take them?
I don't have any kind of ship weapon stuff.
They use intelligence to attack, not anything else.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll take it then.
All right then. I guess I will do the lock on. Okay.
Okie dokie. And I have the funny thing that's called this.
Okay. Wait a second here. Stray. Was this
Mhm.
starship lit up before?
yes,
Yeah.
Okay. I thought this had
Yes.
just. I thought this had just gotten lit
The
up.
whole station has achieved ramming speed on us.
Nah, I mean, I thought its defenses were starting to come online against us since we're sending something
No.
near it.
Although that is a potential risk, I can do a hide maneuver as we approach.
Yeah, that would probably be helpful.
Okay. Then I
We're
will give that a
talking the
go.
pirate.
Regular and proficient. Nice. All right.
And I will do the weapon lock. Oh, 10's probably not enough.
Be right back.
Cool
You
thing.
wanna burn your
Yeah.
daily thing?
What daily thing? I
guys-
don't have that.
Oh, you're not that race. Reroll thing.
No, I'm advanced alien, not whatever the other thing is.
So, you guys close and open fire is what I'm hearing, correct?
Yeah, we're targeting the engine of the pirate ship that's boarding.
Yeah.
That's currently stuck.
Sure thing.
Oh,
Yep, I figured.
Your weapons bounce off. It appears that the pirate ship has managed to gain control of the station shields and is using it to envelop itself.
I figured.
hmm.
Well, we have
Now-
something really good for getting rid of shields.
You?
I
Where's
mean,
that?
yeah. Both me and Siduri can do the shield hack thing on it.
Are you certain you wish
Go ahead.
to use that against the station's shield?
Well, I'm going to be honest here. I don't see other way of getting in if it's having the shield blocking us. So,
Pound our way through it.
I mean, yeah, speaking of pounding your way through it, shouldn't those weapons do damage against the shield?
Almost certainly.
Dot
I will-
dot dot.
Roll the weapons.
Roll the weapon damage, yes.
Okay. So, just roll the weapon damage then.
Well, you have to roll to hit.
Okay.
The whole roll.
Okay, don't need. Well, the shields blocked it, so the shields take damage if they're just blocking the damage.
If you hit
Right.
the shields.
Okay,
Because
cool.
because you could
Like a
still miss.
glancing hit or something, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so dexterity plus proficiency.
Yeah, you're proficient with gunnery.
I think that hits.
I think that hits.
Yeah, it probably hits.
I'm not sure. Does it hit? Does a 22 hit?
No, somehow a 22 doesn't hit because we live in a fantasy world.
I'll roll the damage then.
Why would you roll damage? It didn't
Okay.
hit.
Roll.
Or...
Yeah, I know. It glanced off some. Okay, torpedo time then.
Someone, are you firing the torpedo?
I don't fucking know. The DM said it missed. So I'm going with that.
That was very clearly dripping with sarcasm.
Yeah.
That was all but lurid with sarcasm.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay,
what weapon are you firing?
10. I'm on the railgun
All right. Yeah.
because the brainiacs are on the torpedoes.
All right.
So 2d10, d1. What's the damage on the? What's the damage on the?
Rail guns are
And
D10 plus your proficiency.
Yeah, plus my proficiency.
Which is 2.
Yep. Wow, dropped the 444.
So 6 damage to their shield.
Kadonk.
All right. Now let me roll. Oh
I don't know
my!
what that is. What is that?
What is this?
So, the pirates are doing really well, and the first part of the ship's defensive stations have come online.
Hmm.
Shit.
Where's
that dodge roll?
It's right there. It's a 16.
That roll was a hide roll for the
and
approach.
It's a hide roll, yeah.
yeah.
So have
don't
they actually
forget
seen
the
us in order to get
torpedoes
the
have to
weapons on us?
So
Might
how
have
are
an
we going to
extra
handle the
time.
turn order?
Starship combat works as in there you have this ship and you have our ship. They roll off for each other. Our ship has all of our actions go off at once. Their ship has all their actions go off at once.
All right.
More
think.
specifically, people on
the
a
torpedo
single ship
damage.
can choose what order they take their actions in.
Okay.
So, like, if one person's going to do a buff, they can go first, and then everyone can take advantage of it.
Now, Savin, there's nothing stopping like 2 people from doing like electronic override shield hack, right?
Right, as long as your ship has enough, like, computers on board, which ours clearly does.
Okay. Just making sure in case like we ever need in the future to have 2 people do the same action type thing. Also, yeah, the other weapons that we're firing also need to do their rolls to hit in damage. So, the torpedoes and
Purchase the brainy people.
the torpedoes and
Adjatha or
I think
So,
the
that
point defense
advantage.
guns. No, it's not advantage because we didn't get the weapons lock.
Well,
So-
you two were helping each other, weren't you? Or...
No, but
Okay.
no, Hedrah, you can have you can't have 2 people work on weapons locks to have that one of those same people go do weapons. You can't finagle it like that.
Okay, so 10 misses then.
So,
DM?
yes, the 10 misses. Now it actually matters your position on the board. So far, they have 1 gun up. This one. They have taken over this section of the saucer. So, you have fired. Will you move?
So...
Literally have to.
Yeah. We have to do our half move of inertia, so
Where will you move?
we have to move forward. So, what's our speed? We move half of that forward immediately.
I don't remember what your speed is.
The speed is 12.
Well, I reckon someone should probably have written that down. Because I sure don't have a
The
carrot
speed
sheet for
is
this shit.
12.
Neither do I.
The speed is 12, you say.
Well,
Guess we move forward 6.
yeah, we sure do move forward. 6 is a good thing our speed wasn't 14 or we'd be fucked.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. I can use movement next turn for a 90-degree turn. Again, movement this turn was hiding the moment we got in, so, stealthily performing that 6.
Presumably we hid before we attacked, because...
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So yeah, also if your move next turn is the degree, then we're gonna just crash, so... Because before we get our actual actions in combat, we do our inertial move.
I
Then you
wouldn't
can
worry
try and
about
turn.
that. Space is fucking huge. It's not two-dimensional. You're
Alright,
either
so we
gonna
just
pass
go over it.
over
That's
or under
fine.
it.
Yeah, not a big deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
The odds of you hitting a space station this size with a ship your size in orbit around that, like how much space, is minuscule.
Look, I've seen Star Trek, okay? That's not how that works.
I have seen
I've seen
almost
Earth.
as much Star Trek as you.
Right, stop waving your Star Trek boners
Never.
at each other.
No.
All right, Savin, let's go back to the closet. It's time.
Oh my god.
Look, you two can
What
fry
happens
each
to
other
us?
off. You can fry each other off later.
Alright. So, they've only just managed to kill enough people to get here.
Oh no.
Alright. So they're going to spend their turn getting control of the systems and firing off one wild volley to.
So wild volley disadvantage roll then.
Does a 10 hit the Argonaut?
Our evasion is 12.
12. We're
So
okay.
no.
Alright. Argonaut.
Because is our enhanced engines calculated into the base?
So, how do you want to handle this, gang?
You know they have control over the main gun on here, but it appears that these two sections are free.
If I might interject, I doubt we have a chance of winning a fight against the space station, and even if we did, the collateral damage to the civilian crew would likely be unacceptable.
So, you think to try and lock him out of the system then?
Or we could create a hole in the shielding and try and slip through.
No. It's worth a shot if we can manage it.
Docking and boarding would be much more to our advantage.
You think you can buy us enough time, dodge and weave in Fenris for us to get into the system?
Yeah, totally. I mean, we're like basically on top of this thing.
Alright. Let's get to work then. Siduri, your help if you would please.
Absolutely.
And yeah, we'll get to click and tap and click a typey type. And boop. Boop. Boop.
I will try and boost our evasion defense.
Alright. With that skill check, you are able to create a hole in the shields.
And our AC is 20 this turn. Get fucked, ship.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
So, um, so there is now a hole that you can try to swing around a way that they don't have sight on you with the main guns of the station, and dock.
Yeah. That's
And your evasion is 20. And I really don't think I'll be able to hit, but we'll try.
can always crit us.
Sadly, I don't think I can roll 2 20s, so Argonaut, with your current path, you have now managed to avoid sight of the guns. I assume you're going to start automatic docking procedure.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
All right.
Can I hail them and be like, yo, let us in. We're gonna kill some fucking pirates for you.
I think the pirates are in control right now.
No,
Yeah,
they're
I
in control
think
of one desk.
Um,
We're trying to land not exactly on that desk.
That's a good point.
All right. Your response is garble, 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 help, and one of the docking bays opens up for you.
Thank fuck.
coming in
assume-
hot.
I assume that's going to be like
People.
this side of the ship, on the station.
Yes,
Well,
indeedly.
Yeah, one of them.
For this side has no obvious docking mechanism.
Okay. Strap up, people. Going in hot.
Yeah. I'll get my weapons together, and you'll see like a big robo wolf come to my side.
As we're going in, do I see anything from the point defense system? Like, is there anyone in the docking bay that you need to clear out?
There, I mean, as you're going in, once the doors open, there are no giant windows.
That's just structurally stupid.
No,
Everything
it's a
here is
spaceship.
no.
I mean-
Everything here is cameras viewing towards the outside. Giant windows just means structural.
No, I mean, no, like, on the point defense grid for the ship, do it like for the smaller weapons. Is there any, as we're entering the dock, like, is there any pirates there to, like, just blast, that we'll have to encounter, so we can just blast them away with the point defense? Which
No.
uses vehicle
You're on
strength
the
weapons?
you're on the opposite side of the invasion force.
Alright. Just checking.
And
Oh,
so,
Siegwulfe, you're not expendable.
You're definitely not expendable.
I'm just an AI.
There's no other AI just like you, though. You're one of a kind.
Mm-hmm.
and so, with that, next week we will begin the retaking of the science station of the science station from a pirate invasion force. And we have seen our first brief glimpse of combat. Hey, I mean, this was set up, but also, everyone had to do shopping and get hover bikes back.
So yeah.
Indeed.
So, this is about the normal time that I draw the session to a close. Is there anything anyone would like to do or say beforehand?
How are you going to do? I think you might have talked about this in the first session. How are you going to do leveling? Is it milestone, or are we accruing points, or?
Milestone. So, after you complete your first big mission, you get you will be able to level up after this.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm doing there's your intro, right, that we did first. Now this is your first big adventure where you get to fight off an entire crew of pirates trying to take all these poor people hostage as sex slaves and whatever, and where you'll be able to level up, and then so on and so forth. And when I feel the you have done enough to get the next level, then that's what we'll do.
Well, in the meantime, thank you very much for watching stream. We will catch you tomorrow for Borks, I believe.
Yay!
So, until then, adios.